Hello, good morning, everyone. So we are back to Reykjavik Open. We can see that Anna has already started her game, and we have had some technical issue. That's why we are a bit late here. They have already started the game, and I will actually try to see how the moves have been going. So I think it has been like this. I will just take it up. It has been a Queen's Gambit as far as I can see. It has been c4, e6, and knight c3. And in this moment, I believe her opponent played a6, this little move which has become so popular. And actually, the idea, Anna's opponent, I haven't presented you for him. Anna's been a very young player from Sweden, Arya Banjuri. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. He's born 2011, so he's very young, even younger than the opponent Anna had yesterday. And we can see, because I want just very quickly to take up the position on the board. It's a Queen's Gambit, but this small move a6, and it's a tricky move that has become so popular recently. A little bit like a way of taking away these maybe more forced lines. You're getting into some other ideas, and the idea is actually, if you play some very normal move like this, Black might grab this pawn and try to stay with it. So Anna did what is the most popular. She took on d5, and then she played knight f3. And then, Black has played a6. Yes, threatening to take pawn on c4. And now Black plays this little move h6. And the idea is actually, it looks very strange. But the idea is, if you play something like knight f6, it's possible that bishop g5 is annoying, and you can see that the bishop is pinning the knight, and by pinning the knight, white is actually putting pressure on the d5 pawn. So this is just a very popular way of playing, and that is why we go back to the board. Her young opponent played so this is not h6, not knight f6, but h6. So this is the position we have on the board, and so this is what have happened. They have been playing this very quickly, and I'm sorry we didn't enter before, but we have some technical problems, and this is why I'm coming here a bit later, and this is why I have to show you the game from the start like this. But here we have the position on the board. This is a Queen's Gambit, and it's we can say it's a Carlsbad position, which is very typical when you take on d5, and you have this pawn structure. Probably this pawn on c7 might go to c6. And this is a very well-known pawn structure. You can even have it with the opposite color in Karakan. You can have it in other openings, but it's very popular that it comes out from the Queen's Gambit. And the Queen's Gambit, yes. So the Queen's Gambit declined. So here we have this position, and today is the second round in Reykjavik Open. Anna played this very logical move. I like this move quite a lot. The bishop cannot go to g5, so she puts it on f4, and this is just very normal. You're taking out the black squared bishop, and we can see that this pawn is on d4, which means that this pawn is a little bit restricting the bishop. So the plan with bishop f4 is next move to go e3, and then she can go out with the bishop, and this bishop will probably be on d3, because there it looks at the center at e4 and c4, but it also looks all the way towards the king side. So this bishop f4 is a very logical move to play, and I would say now that so let's see, we take away the arrows like this here, and I would just say that the most normal now for Black is to just develop the knight, and then after to go out with the bishop. And this is also one of the rules we are learning from the beginning. We should put the pawns in the center with developed pieces. And normally we take the knights before the bishops, and it's because the knights have these very natural squares to be towards the center. We can see that this knight is standing fantastically here, but it's also a good knight to protect the king. And actually, we normally develop the pieces, the knight and the bishop, on the king side earlier, before on the queen side. Of course, it depends on the position. Here we can see that this knight was developed first, but the reason is that we want the castle, and we put the king into safety. And this is a long tournament. This is a classical tournament. They are playing games which are about 3, 4, 5 hours long. And her opponent played now knight f6. Anna just quickly blitz out e3, which was a very normal move. And I guess here we will see, probably we see bishop d6. This is just a very normal way to play. But it could also be, this is absolutely not so normal to play, because you're a little bit leaving this pawn, a little bit leaving this pawn. So normally bishop f5 is not the most common here. So this is just a very, very typical position. Black can choose to play in a little bit different ways, but white, probably the bishop will come to d6, because this one has become active. We can see how it looks to c7. So bishop d6 is probably what will be happening. And this is actually, it's a long tournament. It's Reykjavik Open. It has been held since 1964, so it's the 60th year, and it's the 39th time the tournament has been held or is going on, because it used to be played every second year. Now, the last years they have had it every year, but they had to make an exception during the pandemic and when it was not held at all. So they're going to play for 1 week, and today is one of these tough rounds. They're going to play 9 games in 7 days. It means that they will have some double rounds, and today is one of these tough games, tough days with 2 rounds. And this is why we see Anna here already so early in the morning. Her opponent played bishop d6. This was very, very normal. And now actually you have 2 main ways here to answer this. You can actually do 3 things. You can leave this pawn here. You could play like this, but only thing is, and the good thing is here, you keep these pawns with a fantastic grip on e5. We can see you have a fantastic grip on this square, but there is a disadvantage if you go into endgame. And then we can see that these 1, 2, 3 pawns will stop these 4 pawns. So any kind of pawn endgames, while these 1, 2, 3 will not be able to stop these 4 pawns. So like in a pawn endgame, this would be a probably just winning for black, because these 3 pawns will stop these 4. It's not possible to make a pass pawn with this double pawn. But in the middle game, this is absolutely fine to have. So this could actually be one way of, after bishop d6, you can just stay there. But the most logical would be to either to take it, or just to go back. And the reason you go back is, like, if you want to take, yes, you can absolutely take here, but then I'm ready to take with the h pawn. We know we have this rule, we take to back towards the center. Also, we can see that this rook was in this position. Here is a passive rook in this position. Now when an h file is open, it's becoming an active rook. It could be that you can annoy black, but it's not so easy, because black has also played this h6. So I would just say that if this would happen, black would probably just castling and just wait. Let's see, we make some moves here, and if this will come, then black would grab it, because there will not be any problem along the h file. So here is the position. Bishop d6 was played, and they having Anna's opponent is born 2011. It's a Swedish player. It's a player from Stockholm who has done some very nice results. And so it's just a very, very young opponent Anna has. And it's very curious, in this tournament, there are about almost 40 nations playing. It's such a big international tournament. It's around 400 players playing, up to the top grandmaster. We have Bogdan Diak with 2690, the number 1 on the first board, down to players with, I think it was like 14, 13, maybe 1100, I'm not sure. And then there are some unrated players. So this is an open tournament, open for any kind of player on any level, and you can be paired against a very strong player, or maybe some of these legendary players who are also playing in the tournament. And the games are long. Normally the games will be like 3, 4, 5 hours long. And Anna yesterday, what was curious, what I want to say, there are 40 nations from different countries. And actually, Anna yesterday, she played against Platan Galperin, playing for Sweden. He's original from Ukraine, but he's playing for Sweden. And today, Anna again is playing as a Swedish player. And I thought that was very curious with such a lot of players from many countries. And yesterday, Anna, that was just amazing. Anna played with the black pieces. She played against Galperin. He's seeded number 8 in the tournament. And he played this little E3 move. And then after D3, and he actually played the cow opening against Anna. And this might be the first time, it's absolutely the first time Anna play against the cow opening in a classical game. And it could be also the first time a grandmaster is playing the cow opening in a classical game. That was just amazing. And unfortunately, Anna lost that game, but she tried to launch. She played very actively. She played very, very aggressively. And she sacrificed a pawn. After that, a piece, and then the second piece. And her opponent had just one way to keep the defense and keep the material. And so that was it. But it was a very exciting game. Now here we have a more slow setup. It was even a slow setup, absolutely, yesterday before Anna launched the attack. And let's see what will happen. But I would guess Anna will either take on d6 or just go back with the bishops. This is just the most common moves to play here now. So yes, Anna lost in round 1. This is round number 2, and they're going to play 9 rounds. So there will be 8 more exciting games to follow. And yeah, so and we have this Queen's Gambit declined opening with this A6 H6. If we would go back like 10 years ago, players would not play this move, but it has become very, very fashioned among top players. In Sweden, we actually have Nils Grandelius, who has been playing it. I think also he even made a course about it. So it has actually become very, very popular. And it's a little bit to steer the game into kind of position you want to have. You want to have a pawn structure. You want white to take here on d5, because the pawns here have been taken, you take back, and then this bishop will absolutely be possible to get out. So we can see that her opponent is blitzing out the moves, and this is very typical among players, among, I would say, practical players, that when you know what you want to play, you just play it very, very quickly. You don't hesitate. You are using your time in the best way, because even if they have 90 minutes, 1.5 hours, and for that time they need to make 40 moves, and for every move they make, you see they get half a minute extra. And this is the Fischer idea, Bobby Fischer's idea, a long time ago, before there was even digital clocks, before it was actually possible to use it to have it in a good way. And Anna played bishop e5. I'm not so happy about this move. I don't like this move so much because now, yeah, the idea is actually that now Anna is threatening to take on f6, so she has a threat here. So, but the reason I don't like this so much is that Anna is threatening now to take on f6. Let's see black castle, which would be a mistake, because Anna would take on f6, and when you take back, we have this pawn hanging. So this is actually what her plan is. But black can defend this threat in a very normal way. This is not a good way, because she would take back and the knight would need to go, and we would just grab here, probably grab it with the queen, and we would just win a pawn. Now, this is not a good way, but black can defend d5. You can do these 2 ways. This is, for me, the absolute logical way. You go bishop e6. Now this is defended. I don't know if we can try some tactical things with queen b3, but I think this would just be not so good. I don't think that, because now b7 is hanging. Is this a good move or not? I am not sure. Could we even play this move here? And maybe, can we grab here? Maybe we just can grab on b7. So maybe after queen b7, you need to defend the pawn here. Could it be? And normally you don't want to make a move like b6, because we are getting, yeah. And now maybe we can grab, can we play this and go maybe knight d5? I'm just wondering here. And then we have maybe bishop c4, or maybe we can go queen a4, just try to get out of the pin here. This is just, but after a move like this, we are getting back here like bishop b3. It could be that these things, bishop e6. So after bishop e5, if bishop e6 comes, queen b3 is absolutely a logical move. The most logical here is actually to go rook a7, because you're a little bit scared of putting, and the idea is simply, if you go knight to take d5, we have just we take back. We just, if you go something like that, queen take f6. If you come here, we see this is a pin, and this could absolutely be something a little nasty. Queen d8 is actually a good move, and now we have a threat of taking on d5. I just want to show that we have this threat, and we have bishop b4, and the king is check, and when you try to do something against it, yes, the queen will just b4. So there could be some very, very many tactics here, but so bishop e5 was played. Maybe this is the position. So there is another way for white, also black, to defend this. There are several ways. Maybe a c6. Maybe this is the better way. You defend d5 with a piece, and then bishop d3. And now you go start developing the pieces, and we will have like this. Because with the pawn on c6 here, now queen b3 is not such a good move. Let's see, if you would do anything like this, you can always play b5, and you're taking some space, but you're giving some squares. Or you could play maybe something like here, and now you will defend it. Queen c7, or probably queen c7, because this knight is coming to d7, and you need b7 to be defended. But there is a little bit a rule that we have this position that if this bishop goes out, you have it in a lot of Slav openings, and it goes out and at least b7, then you always should look for queen b3. It could be a good move. It could be that it doesn't harm black at all, but you always have this idea. Why didn't I like bishop e5 so much? I'm just a little bit concerned that this move might be a loss of tempo, because black needs to make some logical move here. Some yes, maybe c6, maybe bishop e6, knight d7, then we take here, and we have this pawn structure, and it's not completely bad, I would say. You have a double pawn here, but this pawn takes actually some squares, but we will have the open c file. White will absolutely be better, bishop d3, because this bishop is an active bishop, and we can say this bishop is passive. But this pawn structure, even, yeah, I know we have 1, 2, we have 3 islands, while white only have 1 here. This is 1 pawn island and the second pawn island. So white's pawn structure is of course better, absolutely better, but it's quite solid, because this d6 pawn is taking some very important square and very important, taking some important black squares, because the bishop is playing on white square, then we need to control the black square. Let's go back. So bishop e5 was played. I would say that this is not the first move. It's not the most common move. It's a bit, I would say it's a bit unusual move to play that, but I think it's a move Anna likes, because she's putting pressure on her opponent immediately. She's actually having a threat. Her opponent has to make a decision how to defend this pawn, because like this, Anna is actually, she's trying to win the pawn. It's very curious that Anna is now here. Here I am sitting in Stockholm, but there on Iceland in Reykjavik, she's playing a Swedish player. She hasn't played in classical games, but she played against them in Reykjavik. And I don't remember ever when Anna has played 2 Swedish players in a row when she played outside Sweden. And we can see Anna is very focused. This is an early round. These are these tough morning rounds. Lots of chess players, not all chess players, would prefer to play in the afternoon, in the evening. But when you have double rounds, to have the time to start the second round in more or less a good time, you have to start early. And it's very important to wake up your body to be ready to play. And I would say that when I have seen tournaments go on the last round, because normal last round is a morning round, you can see that the games normal are more slowly played. It's a little bit like the players don't really wake up. And there are also actually more it could be more danger of mistakes actually. So morning rounds can be tricky, but everyone is different. I know grandmasters who love to play in the mornings, while I myself, I love to play in the afternoon. So, and Anna, she would absolutely prefer to be playing in the afternoon, but she has wake up for this morning round. She is sitting there, she is trying to be focused, and she will need to take some water, some coffee to have the energy for the game. Because this is chess. Chess is such a... When you play classical, you need so much energy. You need it for all kinds of chess, but also for this classical where you're sitting for so many hours. And so you will play 3, 4, 5 hours. And chess is so cruel. You can play such a nice move, keep on doing very, very good moves, and then all of a sudden you make one mistake. And this one mistake is such a big mistake that you lose the game. We are there is with the clocks, there is I think there is a 15 minutes delay. So I think this is why we don't really see the time, how it actually is. I'm not sure. I think it's like that, so it's a little bit tricky. But we can see that they have played their moves quite quickly. For the first time her young opponent, Aryan Banjiri, I hope I pronounce his name more or less fine, he is sitting and he is spending time after Anna's bishop e5. Has he made a move? No, he hasn't. Anna decides to go up. I think this is wise. I hope she's going to take some coffee, tea, water, whatever. She needs to have a lot of energy. I hope she had a good breakfast. This is also things I think is so important when you play, that you are really fit for the fight. You have prepared not only at the board, but you are also waking up your body. You have the energy for playing the game. And yeah, so this is the second round. Anna lost the first round against Galperin, a Swedish player who actually they played the cow opening. That was so exciting. I could see a little bit of a smile on Anna's face when the knight came out there in the opening. And actually the cow opening won that match yesterday, and her opponent played very well all the time with control, and Anna, yeah, she played a very aggressive game, but in the end the attack was not enough. So let's see what will happen in this game. We have it's a little bit of slow opening. It was also slow opening yesterday. It's a positional fight now, but there is a real threat from Anna's side. And so she played this bishop e5. I will expect, yeah, c6 is probably the best way to defend the d5 pawn. And after that, the plan is to go bishop e6 and knight bd7, but the bishop has to be defended. So c6 is a very good move. And the quarrel is after c6, bishop d3. And if you take now you will not take with the pawn. You can take with the pawn. Maybe you just take with the knight. Maybe, can we take with the pawn? Yes, because after a move like this, could we just go, I wonder, could we just go, maybe we start something like this. But I'm not sure how I would like to play queen d4. We're keeping this pawn here. This is absolutely a very aggressive way of playing, and the plan is to go e4. But the plan is actually probably, I'm not sure, long or short castling, probably short castling, rook d1, short castling and e4. So it could actually be that bishop d6, c6, bishop d3, and if black decides to take here, because black wants to, I think this will absolutely would be seen, and maybe we can go, yes, castling. We can also play queen b3, just to ask what are you going to do with this pawn. But and we have this, I just want you to see, we have this absolutely winning idea. which is not possible for black to allow. So, but here is the position. Anna played this tricky bishop e5, and it's absolutely fine. I was a little bit concerned because I'm a little bit worried you will lose the tempo, but like this, she is probably going to wait there for a long time with the bishop because she wants black to take. And if black takes an e5, she can always take back with a knight, but she can also take back with a pawn. She has these both possibilities. And yeah, when you see the chessboard, we see a very, very young player there behind. So it's, yeah. And you can see lots of people are sitting at the board, fully focused on their games. But there are also people walking around. Probably their opponents are thinking. And there are players who just prefer to walk up, to walk around, to go up when your opponent is thinking. And it's not that they are forgetting about the game, but there's maybe a little bit a way of relaxing. They might be just thinking of the game. It could be that they're trying to think of something else, just to stay with the energy. But it's a way of relaxing, and we're all very different when we are sitting at the board. Some people like to sit a lot. Anna is one of those. I'm also. But some people like to just to walk around. And you really have to find what works best for you. I don't know what will. I do really hope Anna will win this game, but I'm always the one who never wants to say what is going to happen. I want to see it happen on the board. So, and I just know that Anna plays against a very young player, but it's also an upcoming player. And you know, with these young players, they are having the waves, so they can play very well, but they can also play some position they don't understand and go down with the level. So we never know with how they will perform, where they are doing, how they are performing just now. So it's just, I would say it's always, you always have to perform well, you always have to try to do your best, and then you see if that will be enough to beat your opponent. So I'm very, very philosophical that way. I know myself when I'm sitting at the board, I can have a wonderful position, I can have a winning position, and when I tell myself, oh, this is winning, lots of times I didn't win that games. I made a draw, I even lost games because I started to think so much of the result and not of the position at the board. So I always try to focus on the chess, and then I think that the results will come. But when I start thinking of results, I forget about the chess. So, and now, yeah, her opponent is taking his time. He's very full focused, and like Anna is also sitting there. And so this bishop e5, it absolutely brought him out of his preparation. Because this is what you normally do. When you see the pairing, you see who you're going to play. You go and look at the games your opponent has played, and you made some decision. What do I want to play against my opponent? And then we can see that black has been blitzing out all the moves, but Anna played a move which is not the first move, not the second. I would not say it's not the third move. Yeah, maybe it could be the third move here in this position, third or fourth, but it's absolutely not the main line, and it's a little bit a tricky move. So let's see what he's going to do, but he has been spending some time here now. And chess on Iceland is just very, very special. Long time back in my youth, I think Iceland was the country with most grandmasters per capita, because they have a very small population. Oh, I hope I'm right. Could it be something like 300,000? I haven't checked that, but it's just a very small population, and they had like, I don't know, they had so many grandmasters, and they were doing so well. And of course, they had Friedrich Olafsson, who was the first grandmaster. He was, and he was, I guess, he became very popular. He was also the FIDE president between the years 78 and 82. But then we had all these other ones, Arnason, Hjartarson, Peterson, Helge Olafsson, and the next generation. And they were doing just so very well. And we can also see now in this Reykjavik Open, which has been held for 60 years. I think it's just so amazing that there are, I was looking, it looked like almost 100 Icelandic players. I couldn't count how many there are, but there are so many Icelandic players. So we can see there is a chess boom. And of course, the match 1972, which was held here between, not here, but in Reykjavik, between Bobby Fischer and Boris Basker. This dramatical match, chess World Championship match, century match, was so important, and it made chess become so more important. So there are different facts why chess has been so important on Iceland, and I would say that Iceland was maybe the leading Nordic country for some time. I was actually there 84. I played Reykjavik Open. I played also a close tournament. And I remember when I was in the hotel, this was only 12 years after the match 72. And they were all speaking about Bobby Fischer, how exciting it was to have this match here. And everyone knew, of course, about the match. And yeah, that was just very, very exciting. So we see Anna's opponent has made a move, and he played the absolutely most logical move. He played c6. So now after c6, black can be thinking of taking on e5. And the idea with c6 is simply that he defend d5. He decided that he wants to do that. He wants to defend d5. He needed to defend it. Not only that he needed to defend because Anna was threatening to take it. So now Anna has actually some idea. She can go bishop d3, absolutely. But she can go bishop d3 because this is where this bishop is going to be placed. It's absolutely the best square. We can see how it takes control of the center. We can also see how it looks at the king side here. But the question is, and if she goes bishop d3, her opponent can take here, and now I would say she can still take like this. Absolutely, this is what we were looking at. It just changed in the pawn structure immediately, and I just want to say that going forward would just lose a piece with h3 because the knight cannot go back. So it means that this knight has to go somewhere. Maybe knight h7, could it be a move? I'm not sure, because maybe you will just lose the castling. It could be, so knight e7 could absolutely be a move. And in a position like this, maybe we can go castling. Maybe we can also go queen c2, and the idea is after queen e4, maybe we want to go queen d4 to defend it like this. I don't know if we can play, queen d4 looks very, very normal to then defend it like this. And then the plan is to castle and to go e4, just to break this up, because if we can change this pawn for d5, we will have a fantastic e5 pawn. We see it stands on the black square, take control of the black square, and we might even have a knight jumping from e4 to d6. But this is far away. Let's go back. We have this position, so c6 was played. I guess Anna will play bishop d3. I think this is what she will play. But she can absolutely do something else also. What else could she do? She can actually, because if she takes now here, this would have been a loss of tempo. This would just, black has got c6 for free, and it doesn't hurt black to have this. You're a little bit weak here, but anyway, I think this would help. And you don't really want to take here, because if you would take here, black would absolutely already be fine. You will have already the bishop pair, and white hasn't got anything back for taking here on f6 in this this was played c6. So taking here, queen take f6, black is absolutely fine. You have the bishop pair, and we have given the white bishop for knight without getting anything back. And this is actually something we should be a little bit careful with, because we can see, you get out with the pieces, but also black will be able to go maybe knight e7, I don't know, maybe we can even go bishop f5. We want to change this one, or probably we want to stay with the 2 bishops. This is actually one way of playing. Maybe this is a good move, knight e7, and we will castling like this, but there is absolutely no problem for white, for black. And yeah, we can play this move, and we will get the bishop back here, queen e7, but we can see now we have this pawn structure. Sometimes you can play this, but white is lacking some tempo. This is a quite known pawn structure from a queen's gambit, but the bishop should be on c4. You should have rook e1, maybe h3 played. So there are some moves lacking. You have lost some tempos, so this would not be so good for white. This is far away, but I don't want Anna now here to take on f6. This would be a mistake, I would say. She can take on d6. She can just keep on developing her pieces, and I expect Anna to play bishop d3, and this is what she played. She played this bishop d3. Yes, so I'm sorry. That's why sometimes I'm in my analyzing, and but I should watch the board, because I have to make the moves. I have to make the moves all the time. We have some technical problem, but I just hope it will start working. I just hope it will start working as soon as possible. So Anna played bishop d3, and then of course now, what will I expect her opponent to play? I expect her opponent to go castling here. Castling, it could be bishop e6. This could be absolutely a move. It could also be going out bishop e6, and this bishop d3 was good also because she's avoiding that black gets the bishop to f5. Could bishop d4 be a move? I'm not so sure how this would be. It could absolutely be a move, but maybe we could start. Can we start something like queen b3 here, putting some pressure, b7, and maybe now. Yeah, and we are not really so scared of getting this double pawn because it's a little bit double-edged. If you take on f3, we will have rook g1 and putting some pressure. We could even maybe stay with the queen, king somewhere in the middle, or we can go castling alongside also. It could be. So bishop g4 is absolutely a move. Most logical is you can go castling, you can go bishop e6, bishop g4, I would say, or take on e5. These are the 3 main moves in this position. Just, this is what I would say. To develop 3-4 moves. To develop the bishop, to change the bishops, or to put the king into safety. And yes, and we can see, and also you see the playing hall. But the playing hall, the playing area, I would say, is normally a bit bigger because during the game, as the games take a very long time, you are allowed to... no, her opponent has played. Yeah, castling was played. Sorry, castling was played. And I think Anna will castle quickly also. She doesn't want to spend so much time. And I'm very happy to see this. A very quick decision making from Anna. She is not spending unnecessary time. She wants to develop. And now, I'm just wondering now, but now when we have castle, bishop g4, could this be possible here? And we take on f3, and now this is just quite exciting. This is just a very, very difficult moment because queen take f3, maybe now can we go take here, and here, and knight fd7, and there is actually a problem. We will, if we go knight f5, you will go g6, we come here. Maybe we can go with threatening h6 plus e5 pawn is also hanging. Yeah, this is actually, and now we might even go yes for the pawn. And then we can see that what is happening here, we take on h6, maybe we can go e6 first also. I don't see this is so. We take on e6. Yeah, maybe this is a better way to take it. I'm not sure. But what has happened, black will absolutely be fine here. You have lost the h pawn, but you got a center pawn. Only in the end games. And in end games, it could be good to have, especially in the pawn end games, it's good to have, you see, we have these two, and it's only stopped by one. And this is far away, so this could be good. But of course, it depends on lots of things. But in general, we prefer in the middle game to keep the central pawn. So I would just say that if white plays, I would actually, in this position, was it possible, was h3 a move, or was it maybe too slow here to play? I'm not sure. So after castling, bishop g4 could be a little bit of a tricky move, because after, if you go h3 here, it could be you should play like this. But this is very, very difficult to do. Very, very difficult to play like this. And there is nothing to be scared of, because after f4, queen h4, I just want to show you that you can just go queen g4, and you see this is just winning on the spot. But there was no danger, because you have this queen g4, and actually now the knight will be trapped after this. So this is just very, very far away. But what I want to show you is that bishop g4 is absolutely a tricky move to if it's a tricky move, because if white takes on black takes on f3, you will probably wants to take with the pawn, and this is maybe a decision easier to take if your king has not castled. It's nothing wrong with here and here, but if you go something, you will need to go put your king maybe on h2, yeah, probably on h2 actually, and maybe on h2, maybe on h1, and then rook g1 and try to play here. You will also, after a move like rook e8, we see the power of this double pawn. You're keeping a grip on here, and if you go something like that, I'm just wondering if we need to do if you're a little bit scared of knight e7 or f6, or if you just can try to launch an attack like this. Probably we just go, because maybe we can just bring in our queen somewhere. Yeah, so after f6, if something like this coming, we always have this, and we have an attack here. So on the king. So I'm just a little bit. So bishop g4. I wouldn't say the the first move. What could be? Yeah, rook 8 is very normal, because the rook belongs to the file. It's very logical. We have a half open file here, and also because later on you put this square will be open for a knight. Sometimes the knight will be good here. It could also be that later on black wants to keep the bishop and will play bishop f6. After a move like this, maybe h3 is actually a good move to play, and we will have something like this, and c5, and here we can go maybe f4, but it's not, maybe bishop c2, and the idea is to keep a better control here. Also you want to go queen d3, and after something like this, now we have, and we can also even take here on c5, and we will keep the pawn. So this is just a little bit here. But we can see what I wanted to show in a line like this, that this, we have changed the black squared bishop, and this pawn is very, very good here in the center, because this pawn is on black square. This one on a white square doesn't work so well with this bishop, because it's a white square bishop, and we have managed to change the black square. So black is getting a little bit weaker on the black square, and we see the pawn is defending the knight, keeping control of c5. Later on, we can maybe play f4, and we can even try to get, I don't know about g4, it could be sometimes, but black will absolutely try to open up here on the c line, to absolutely to open on the c line, or maybe to get away with this knight from e5. But it's not like this. So let's see. So rook 8 is absolutely normal common move. Bishop e6 or bishop g4. I think bishop g4 could be something which makes Anna, she needs to make a decision, and he played bishop g4, and this is absolutely a tricky move to meet, because now Anna, he's planning to take on f3. Actually, so this could be the best, but I would say this is impossible. And then their opponent will not play here. This would not be so good to play, because the bishop will be away here. But can Anna try to get out of the pin like this? Queen b3, I'm not so sure. Taking here, we take back. And how can a position like this be? Now, how are we going to defend b7? We can defend with rook a5. We can also do like this, that we're actually putting pressure here. And in a position like this, now this knight is not only attacking e5. After, let's see, queen take b7, we have I don't know, this. And after a move like this, we can see that this will be very dangerous here. This will absolutely be dangerous. Maybe we can take on d3. Maybe we can just try something like this. And I will make it just quickly. Threatening mate. And there will absolutely be a perpetual. So this is the things that can happen. That if Anna, now after bishop g4, she goes for the b7 pawn, her king will be so weak. Her king will be so weak that there will be an attack on her king. It may not be enough for getting the king, but it could be enough for perpetual. So bishop g4 is absolutely a tricky move, and that her opponent played. And it's also quite a logical move, because this is the bishop, which is the passive bishop for black. Because of this pawn on d5, this bishop is restricted, even though here the e file was open. But it would, so now it can come up and you can exchange it. And so this is actually very, very tricky. And if Anna go h3, her opponent will absolutely take here. And now taking with the queen, that is not the best, because white will not play anything like this. We would, you see this, we would absolutely play this. And now we take the knight. How it can, but you see, we got something back. We got this damaged pawn structure. And then this is absolutely fine to take the knight, because we have this beautiful pawn chain, but black has 1 and 2. So this is very, very damaged. We see this is a hole on f5, and if you can bring a knight there, it would just be very much dominating on the king side. So this is very far. But in a position like this, her opponent will surely just, because it's, now the threat is to take here, and you cannot play like this because we take the bishop, but you can absolutely take here and go knight d7. You're planning to take the pawn, and after queen g6, we're threatened here, so you will need to go g6. And I'm just wondering, rook e8 or maybe queen e7, I don't know. We go after the pawn. You can also play maybe knight c5, but after bishop c2, you will need, and if you go something like this, I don't know, I just think we have, this is actually a very common play to play h4. The idea is h5, probably black will have to play h5, but then we have this square for the queen, and we are putting pressure. We also have a plan on going f4 and f5, blowing up the position. So this could absolutely be a possibility, because I think Anna played h3. She played h3. We will absolutely see bishop take f3 on the board. And then what will Anna do? Will she take back with the queen, or will she take back with the pawn? And I'm not sure. I am not sure. It is true that in lots of position in this setup, it can be a little bit other move order. It could be without a6, but we have this pawn structure, we have this pawn structure that you play h3 to avoid bishop g4. And so there are lots of lines where you actually play this h3. Sometimes you play h3 not only to avoid bishop g4, because in lots of lines the queens are on c2, but you play it because you don't want to change this bishop for that knight. So h3 is a common move in this kind of pawn structure, but and it could have been that it could be that it was the main move. I have no idea. I don't know how the main line goes here. So and it could be a logical move, but it takes a bit of time. But it's just a very, very exciting position. Anna is thinking, and I think she is deciding how she will take back, because after h3, Anna is kicking the bishop. The bishop is not going to go back. I cannot believe that. The bishop is going to take on f3, and what is Anna going to take back with? She can take back with both. Absolutely, she can take back with both. It could be that it's better to take back with the pawn, but I would say that that is a very, very difficult move to make. And maybe the position, I'm not sure which position is easier to play. Take back with the queen, or to where you get a more common position, or to actually, you are here, we are a little bit damaging the pawn structure, but we're taking back with the pawn towards the center. And we have this idea, king h2, rook g1, and to put pressure here. So it's absolutely possible to play. And we have this beautiful, beautiful pawn structure, because when they are, if you take away this pawn, it's not beautiful. But with the pawn on e3, this pawn chain is absolutely fine. So I cannot believe that her opponent will do anything else than take. And we see there are some players here looking, and he has not come to the board. Yeah, he's sitting there. I couldn't see him, but he is sitting there. Of course, he hasn't made his move, but I'm quite sure he's going to grab the knight. And here, no, he played bishop h5. He played bishop h5. And that was wow. That was wow. What will happen here? If we go, can we go g4? Can we go here bishop g6? But this would be a mistake, because in a position like this, can we go for the h4 pawn? Can we go, not queen d3? Maybe shall we go here directly? And the plan, knight h4, what a move. And is there some tactics? No, if you take here, it's not the tactics, we grab it back. So we put the knight here, and that is, you go g5. We will have, yeah, we can go knight g6. We can also put the knight on f5. I'm just thinking, yeah, here. And now maybe we can launch the attack with f4, and we see how we are opening up. So he played bishop h5. I am just so surprised. Bishop h5. I expected Anna to go g4 here. I think yes, g4 is the very, very normal move to go. But Anna will check, is she worried about any kind of sacrifices? But she shouldn't be, because in a position like this, we can always play. We can take. I'm just wondering, yeah, what is the best way to play? Maybe yes, to take here. Can we go something like bishop e2? Could this be a way of playing? But we will get a little bit worse pawn structure. We will actually lose this pawn, knight d7 here, and rook e8, and we will have. There will actually be 3 pawns for the piece. So this is maybe not the best way, but still the piece should be better. Absolutely. So she can go g4, but I would be surprised if her opponent sacrificed. Maybe this is what you have to do. Let's see. Can we take here on d6? If you take back here and we go bishop e2, is this possible to play? But then we have bishop h3, and we have to be a little bit careful because it's a threat coming, and we will have to play a position like this. I guess we go with the queen. And what do we have here? We have a rook and 2 pawns for 2 pieces, but we have open files against the king, and we have to use for this rook, and we have queens on the board. So I would say if we get to the end game, this would be absolutely fine for black to play, especially if black played with the rook at 2 pawns against knight and bishop. And this would absolutely be fine, but we still have lots of pieces, so this is better for white, absolutely, clearly better for white. So let's go back. So bishop h5 was played. What an exciting move. You see, this is so exciting already here. He's going backward. He's not taking on f3. So what is he going to do if Anna goes g4? And g4 is just such a natural move to play here. Absolutely. This is absolutely such a natural move to play here. Yes, kicking the bishop back, and after bishop g6, we can play a different way, but this is to take it. And we can also see that if Anna plays something like this, knight e5, this is not the strongest way to play. But in this knight g4, we can go maybe queen d3, we can go maybe f4, but this knight will remain here for a while. But actually, in this position, after this is a good move, because you put in pressure on g5, on g6, and if you make something like this, we can go queen c2, and we see that we are putting even more pressure here. This is just very, very good. So knight h4 would be a tremendous move to play. I'm not sure what will really happen. Knight f5, I think it looks very logical. And if you take here, we will take back, and you move the knight. I have no idea. Knight e7 wouldn't work because you have e6. I just want to show it, and you have a fork. There would be some very, very nasty tricks here. Maybe knight e7, and maybe here we can go queen b3, and rook d1, and the plan is to go e4 here. So let's go back. This is not the game. The position is here. Bishop h5 was played. Bishop h5. I couldn't believe that. I was guessing bishop g4. I thought that was a tricky move, and it was absolutely a tricky move. And this is also a tricky move, but it's very logical to go g4 here. And this is absolutely very logical. You always, when you go g4, you can have this kind of position in lots of openings. You can have it also in the Spanish, that you go g4. You always have to look at, can my opponent sacrifice here? And of course, if you sacrifice, you don't sacrifice this way, because like this, we could just take here. We can go bishop f5, and the knight has to come back, and we are coming here, king h1, rook g1, and there is nothing for the piece. If black wants to, after a move like d4, if black sacrifices piece, it has to be with the knight. It has to be, so you have this pin here. And in a position like this, probably, maybe the best is to go maybe something like king h1. And now the plan is rook u1. I just want to see, can we play? Because this is important. If you go king h1, so if you go we go king h1, after queen f6, we always can defend with bishop e2. So these bishops can always come back to defend. Let's go back. If Anna doesn't play g4, I don't know what she's going to play. If she doesn't play g4, maybe queen b3. Queen b3 could be a possibility, but it means that Anna has to be sure that she wants to play with this pawn structure. And I'm not sure she had made this decision to play like this. And then we had this we were looking at knight e7, because you're threatening on e5, but you're also threatening on knight c5. So after a move like f4, and after a move like f4, queen h4, we can always go, maybe we can go queen take b2, 7. Maybe we can also just go defending here, but it's just not getting so dangerous. Maybe we can just actually go for taking on b7, even if it looks very dangerous. But in general, I just wanted to say that we can also defend this like this, and the pawn will always be defended like this. Maybe king h2, but I think this is absolutely a way of playing it. But I wouldn't say queen b3. No, I wouldn't say that queen b3. I wouldn't expect her to do that, because somehow we see the actions taking place here in the middle and on the king side. I cannot believe that Anna all of a sudden will go for the queen side and just leave her king side without the protection of the queen. So now Anna is thinking. Does it look like she's going to take a decision? Not yet. Her opponent, he likes to go up between the moves. He absolutely like to go up between the moves. I believe Anna will play g4. I think this is just a very, very logical. And here it came here, g4. Anna was decisive. Anna was very, she has made lots of decisions. And she, of course, in chess, this is what we are training. We're training to make decisions all the time. But she has made it with quite the speed. I'm happy for that. And I think this is one of the things Anna has been working on. She knows she has to play quicker. And I also know that it's just very, very difficult to change your way of playing. But time is a very, very important part of the chess games. And I know chess grandmasters, also other players, they're playing for the time from the first move, because they know that the time can decide the game. Later on, when you have little time, you just go wrong, because even in good position. So time is so important. Don't spend too much time when you know what you're going to do. So, but we can see Anna is very... she is playing with a very decisive, she has taken her decisions, and here g4 came. And this was the most logical move. It was a little bit like saying, are you sure you want to be there? Are you sure you're going to the right diagonal? And I would say that if this pawn were h7, this plan wouldn't be so bad for black to play. But with a pawn on h6, g6 is a little bit more weakened. So after, if black decide not to give the piece, if black decide not, and if you go like this, we will just take with the knight, because now you see g4 is defended. You can no longer sacrifice a piece. We will just grab it back, and we have a piece more. This is not doing any harm. We go just f4. We come here, and now they're threatening some perpetual. We just go king g2. And we are going to take the bishop, or if you move here, we can go f5, or we can go g5, playing against the queen. This is just completely winning. So, of course, no. If you want to, after g4, if black wants to sacrifice, it's only now. So here we can see, and this would not be a move, because here now we would just take on g6. I probably take with the knight. We can also take with the bishop, but we will just take on g6. Maybe like this, we will keeping our strong bishop, and we have won a pawn, and that's so important. And we are keeping the idea, like maybe later, maybe we can bring the bishop here, maybe to f5 also, and we are starting, maybe we will start playing with our extra pawn. The bishop is actually good on f5, looking at d7. Sometimes there were some checks here. We're not really playing for bishop c2, queen d3, but then we have an extra pawn, and we can see that we have these 5 pawns against these 3 here. Let's go back. So Anna played g4. What is her opponent going to play? He played bishop g6 directly, and that was absolutely the most logical move. Now Anna has a very good way of playing here. It's not so easy to play. She can play this, take on g6, and after this move, actually, what can she do? She can even go queen b3, but I don't think she would dare to go queen b3. Why is the idea? Yeah, the idea is if you take here, we will just take back with the knight, and we are defending the king side. Because if you do something like this, this is nothing. Queen h4, nothing is going to happen, because this is just defending everything. We can even take here. You don't have anything here, and we will afterwards go king e2. So this is just not possible. We could also, so queen b3 could be, but it's very important that Anna take on d3. She's thinking here, she needs to take on d3, and it could be that her opponent thought that it's good for him to open up here on the f file, and this is why he wants to play it. But he gets a weakness here, and actually maybe now this is the best move, and it's better to do it like this, because if you do like this, and now knight h4, I guess we can go, yeah, we can go g5. Yeah, maybe this is also, I don't know, queen c7. We have something like rook c1 looking at d5. And now we have a little bit of trick. I just want to show you this little trick here, because I make it check. There is a fork here also. You need to come here, and we actually have a way of winning a pawn. Maybe actually no, we play for the king instead. Queen d3, check, and we will just win material. So let's go back. So it's very important Anna take on g6, because she needs to punish the way her opponent has played. And this is actually, you can see now that the knight on e5 will never be pushed away with the pawn. These are, and actually if Anna can make f3, e4, she will have a pass pawn. So actually you see now, if you look at the pawn structure and we go to the endgame, these 3 pawns, 1, 2, and 3 will be stopped with these 2 pawns, while 1, 2, and 3 will play against this one. So you can go for f3 and e4. So you will always get a pass pawn here, which means that is very good for the endgame. But we are, of course, very far from the endgame now. So bishop take g6. This is the position. Sorry, this is the position. Bishop g6 was played, and the bishop g6 was played, and I would say it's not maybe so easy, but you really needs to take on g6. And this is what I want to say. If this pawn was here, it meant that if Anna took on g6, her opponent could take back with the pawn, and that would actually improve his position. But like this, if Anna takes, he can only take back with the f pawn, and he will actually get a weakness. And we should just jump on it immediately, but this is not easy. This is not easy to make g5. I'm just wondering here what we are going to do. Maybe we make something like this, And how is this position? This knight is a little bit awkward for black, absolutely, to play. Maybe we go queen b3. We want to put the rook on d1, and we also want to play something with f4. I would actually maybe go f4 here, just start playing against the pieces. And if you want to go knight e7, you need to put this here first. And now maybe we can start even going e4. I don't know. This is just getting so crazy here. But we are getting, you see, we're getting so many weakness. And maybe just queen d2, maybe, yeah, maybe just queen d2. We can play in different ways, but it's just getting very, very weak, the king side. So the knight is actually good on g6, but it's not, I would say that after knight e5, g5, I would say that maybe f5, knight f5 is more logical to play, because the f5 is a square. We know it's good to be there. It's not only looking at the king side, it also look to the center. So I would say that this would be a good move. But Anna needs to take on d3. We need to go back. This is the position. She needs to take on g6. She needs to take with her bishop on d3. So she gives a double pawn. It is a positional way of thinking. You give a double pawn. You know that in the endgames, these two pawns will stop the free pawns, but you give also yourself a target, and you are going for this g6 pawn. You are planning knight h4. How are now black going to defend it? And with the king, this is not so nice. We have this queen c2. If you go something like this, we will just we can play different way here. Maybe we even can play, yeah, this is the most logical way of playing. And if you take back, we have queen e4, and we will have threats here against e6. Or maybe we can even play this, I don't know, this is getting so crazy here, check, I don't know. But now we have a piece down. And why would this, could we, I'm just wondering. No, we have this check, and we take the piece. So this is the way we have the check. So it could be, but this, look here, we can see how this is forcing here. We can see how queen f5 is forcing, and king e7, we have this. But to play this attack, yeah, it's absolutely a little bit like we saw yesterday. If you go here, we will just bring it up. If you go rook f7, yeah, we will just maybe go here, or rook a6. This is just far away, but it could be in an attack, absolutely. But I would just say that knight h4, taken on g6 is what Anna needs to play. And this is the position. She is thinking. She is taking her time. She is a little bit concerned that when she takes here, her opponent takes back, that this f5 will be some problems for her. But it will not. It will absolutely not. What move can she play here? She can also go some slow move here. Let's see, if you go queen e7, could this be possible? No, this is actually making it worse, because after knight h4, we are again kicking g7, and after this, we are even having a fork. It just makes everything much worse. So, yeah, maybe this could be, king g2 could also be a good move. And the idea is that you want to bring the queen maybe to b3. You want to bring in the rooks, because with the b3, when the queen comes to b3, you're looking at b7, but you're also pinning this pawn. So you might be able to play e4 later on to open up here in the center. So this could also be an idea. But she needs to take, she really needs to take on g6. I don't know what move. If she plays something else, I would just say this will be an absolutely equal position. But if you take on g6, she having an advantage, but she will still has to play with force. She will still needs to play maybe the best moves to keep the advantage. So it's not at all easy. But taking a g6 is a positional decision. It gives an open f5, but it also gives a target, and you have a better pawn structure than your opponent. And she did it. She took on g6. I'm so happy. And now we can see, I told you before, this h6 is a weakness. There is only one move her opponent can do. You cannot take here between, because we take back with the pawn and we threaten the knight. We will win a piece. No, black can only take back. We will see this on the board. This was also played immediately. Her opponent doesn't hesitate at all. And let's see now what Anna will do here. She can play different moves. It could be she takes d6 and go knight d5. This is actually a logical way, but lots of time. It's good to keep the tension. And this is a little bit like her opponent has been doing, Anna also, to keep the tension. You have pieces standing against each other. You don't exchange them. So now it looks like Anna has decided, but I would actually prefer that she thinks a little bit more. She thinks a little bit more before she makes her decision, because there is such a good move, knight h4. Will Anna find it? I think it's just very, very difficult. And why is this difficult? It's difficult because behind, you see, the queen is looking at it. If the queen was somewhere else, she would absolutely played it. But I would say that now here. But the problem for black is that if you go something like this, we will go here. We are kicking the knight, and now you need to move away the knight. And now we can just take here on g6. Yes, you can spoil our pawn structure here, but in a position like this, rook e8, we will absolutely keep an extra pawn, and this knight will not be trapped in any way. There's no chance. This is just a fantastic pawn structure. Absolutely. This is just a wonderful position, and the knight is just very, very strong here. Yeah, you can play something like this. Maybe we go, yeah, we can bring up the king if we want to. We can bring up the king all the way here, king d7, king d2, and we can also play queen d3. If you go something like, yeah, if rook e6 is coming, I guess we will just go queen c2. We have something like this, and now the knight is maneuvering back to h4, and we can put it on f3, we can f5. So this knight is not going to be any problems with. So this is very, so he took, and now knight h4 is the good move, but I would say this has been played, this has been played, and she played knight h4. She played knight h4. Wow, she is putting pressure on every move she's doing. She's putting pressure on her opponent. I'm so happy to see this beautiful knight h4. It's not that Anna is winning, but she is putting pressure on her opponent. She is bringing in her knight towards the king side, and she's having a good position, but it's just a position where you need maybe to keep on playing good moves, and this is what Anna has been doing. She started with this little tricky bishop e5 in the opening. I was a little bit like this, but it was a way for her to put pressure on her opponent. And when the opponent went out with his white squared bishop, the weakest bishop, the more passive bishop in these kinds of pawn structure, she just attacked it, and she changed it, and she gave her opponent a weakened pawn structure. And now she is going to put pressure on this pawn. How is black going to defend it? Can black defend it? No, you cannot defend it like this. We will grab the bishop. No, it's not possible. Do you want to defend it like this? No, I don't think so. We can go queen c2. Absolutely. This is very, very normal way, because now we're going to take here. We are going to bring our queen, and you don't want to go something like this, king here, because in the end we have knight f5, and we are threatening against d6. We are threatening a mate here, and yeah, this would just be, and wherever you go, we will just grab the bishop, and we have a piece more. No, you cannot do that. So after knight h4, this was just a fantastic good move. This is the position. Anna goes out. I just hope she will take some coffee, something to drink. I hope she had a good breakfast, so she has the energy. But knight h4 is a very, very good move, and she found it was the best move on the board. And yeah, I assume Anna, and I can understand Anna is tired. This is very, very early to play. I myself, I do not like to play these morning rounds, and to play at 9 o'clock is very early. But they have to have an early morning round to be, so they can play this double round today. So this is the first round today. It's the second round in Reykjavik Open, and the third round in Reykjavik Open will be played at 4 o'clock Icelandic time. I think it's 5 o'clock CET. I will have to check that, but I think it's 5 o'clock CET. But it will absolutely come up here after the game. So this is why this starts early. This is why Anna might look a bit tired, because it is an early round, and it's so important to be awakened, to find the best moves. And it's, when you play classical game, you have played this 3-4 hours, and it's important to keep the energy the whole game, and that is not so easy. So this is the second round in Reykjavik Open, which will be going on now for a week. There will so today there's a double round, tomorrow there will be the fourth round, and then on Monday they will do round 5 and 6, and then Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday they will play round 7, 8 and 9. So on Thursday the tournament will be finished, and this is a huge Open, 400 players. There are almost 40 nations represented here, but very, very curious. Anna, the first round, yesterday's game, she played against the Grandmaster, but the Grandmaster from Sweden, Platon Galperin, and he actually played the cow opening against Anna. He was white, Anna was black, so for the first time Anna had to play against the cow opening in a classical game, and unfortunately Anna lost that game, so she lost the first round, and today she's playing what I think is very curious against another Swedish player, a very young Swedish player. You can see him at the board that he is very young. He is born 2011, so he's like 12, 13 years old. But he has already doing some very good results in Sweden. And, with junior players, you never know. You always, with whoever you play, you always have to find the rhythm for your games, to find the good moves and play your best. And now Anna has played absolutely the best. She finds this beautiful knight h4, not only knight h4, she has played so many good moves, and I'm just very, very happy to see that. And she went, and now she went away. So, and I just hope she went away to get some energy. I really hope that. And yeah, here behind you see the playing hall. You see many, but only part of all these 400 players. And there are 13 players from Sweden. There were close to 40 players, I believe, from US. But there are more than anything, there are lots of players from Iceland. Of course, this is their big open tournament, but it's also one of the biggest open, I would say, in the whole world, absolutely in Europe, and it's one of the most popular tournament to play in. And I like these opens very much, where everyone can play. Sometimes you have opens limit for players with a certain rating, but there are also opens like here, like in Reykjavik Open, where everyone is allowed to play. You just have to decide that you want to play in time. You have to enter, because there will be, they don't have capacity for more than 400 players. So, but if you enter, anyone can play whatever level you are on, and that's quite beautiful, because in the top we have this Bogdan Diak. He's 2690. The second player is a legendary player, Vasily Ivanchuk from Ukraine. Bogdan Diak, he's a Romanian player, and Vasily Ivanchuk, he was one of the top players during lots of years, but he's still a very, very strong player. He was one of those strongest players who never became a world champion in classical chess. I think he has won in Blitz or Rapid. So Anna played knight h4. Her opponent is thinking, and I think he really should do that. If her opponent goes g5, I expect Anna to go knight f5. This is what I expect her to do. I think this is knight g6 could perhaps be stronger, but it's very, very difficult to put the knight there. Knight f5 looks so more logical, and then her opponent needs to move away. The bishop, I have no idea where he should go. Can you go something like here, perhaps? But we are putting pressure. Can we just take it? And maybe we can just take back like this to go c4, but it's possible. It's possible. We even can go queen to take b7. And if you try to get away with this, we will just take. We have the mate. You see, I'm not awakened. So queen take b7, of course, because there is a double threat. Oh, there is a double threat. We see this beautiful knight. It's a little bit hidden. So it's a double threat taking on e8, but there's something much more important. We are threatening mate in 1. So this bishop b4 would not be possible. So this is what I don't know how her opponent could do if he doesn't go g5, because if he brings the king, yeah, we can go queen c2, we can go f4. I would say queen c2 is logical. We just want to bring in the queen. No, you don't want to do that. So, and absolutely you don't want to go this way, because again we have queen c2 or maybe queen d3. I am just wondering, are there some tricks here? And this is what we have been looking at. Oh wow, we have been looking at this. Knight take e4. Can we do that? You can play this way, but we can also go f3 to take away the piece like this. We could absolutely do this, but this is, and actually, yes, I want to show you, if you come here, yes, so you see we have this, you can see the king rounding up here, and maybe now, yeah, we have like this, and we will actually have a mate here. So this is lots of tactical way of playing. So to defend the pawn would be too dangerous. So there is only this move, g5, as if you take here, Anna takes back. It's very important. She has to take back. This is very important. And now the knight is under attack. So the knight has to move. But wherever the knight is moving, if you come here, we will just go knight g6. And then we are threatening the rook, but we have taken a pawn. It's a pawn up. And this knight is not in danger in any way, because later on we will go f4, f5. Probably if you play something like this would even make things worse, because you can see now the queen would be hanging. But this would be absolutely, you take here, threatening the queen, you have to take back, and now you can move the rook, probably rook e8. But this is absolutely a pawn more. So let's go back. So her opponent, he can choose between g5. This is absolutely what I expected him to play. He cannot really take on e5. No, I don't think so. He can try to defend the pawn, and he cannot go knight e7 to attack this more, because we just go bishop d6. So in general, he can go g5 1. He can take on e5 2, and he can try to prevent to protect this pawn with the king, but that would just make things worse, because if he tries to protect it, we are getting in with the queen. I'm not sure. Queen c2, queen d3, I think both of them, it doesn't really matter. The important is that you are getting the queen towards g6, and the only way now for white, and you will actually grab in g6 here now. This would be very, very good. No, you cannot play like this. So this is the position. Knight h4 was played. Here we have it on the board. Here we have it on the board. Absolutely. So what is he going to do? Has he played yet? No, he is thinking. He's taking his time. And yeah, we can see that Anna has developed 1, 2, and 3. Black has not developed the knight yet, and it's not possible to do that either, because a6 is taking, c6 is taken, and knight d7, it would lose the bishop. So if black is behind in development. The knight actually really wants to go to d7. It's a good square, but black needs to do some preparation before that. And so Anna is ahead in development, and she's also attacking a weakness. And this is the weakness. And this weakness is there because black played this plan bishop g4, bishop h5, which I would say is not so good with the pawn on h6. If the pawn would have been on h7, black would have taken back with the h-pawn, and this would have been a solid position. This would have been nothing to attack, but here this is a weakness, and black can defend the pawn, he can move it forward, but it means that this knight will be a very, very strong knight. And if g5 comes, I am expecting Anna to go knight a5. It could be that she takes and go knight a5, but this is not so strong any longer. This is not so strong any longer. This will be about equal. So it's very important that Anna is ready to go knight a5, take, and take. This is absolutely maybe a mistake, but now we go queen b3 here, and we are putting pressure on b7. If you go queen c7, we could actually go, yeah, we can even go queen rook c1. We threaten to take on d5, and the idea is after this, we saw this before, we have queen take b7, and it's just we threaten mate on, we don't threaten mate on 7, but we threaten rook. Maybe you have to do something like this. But after f4, we can see that this queen is getting overloaded. And the queen cannot come here. We will take it. If you come here, I just show you. I like to do like this. We will just take. So can I do a check? And you cannot defend it. You need to go away somewhere. And then we will just take on c7. This is very, very far away. But it's very important that if he hasn't played yet, black hasn't played, that if g5 comes, Anna stays. Because if Anna takes on d6, it means that this knight will come out next move. It means that black will have a quick development. Anna has a beautiful knight here, but she doesn't have so much more. This would be maybe about equal. It would be about equal. Okay, positionally, yeah, in the long run, she has this pawn structure, which would be good. This knight can be slowly moved back with king h7 and g6. So, but with the queens on the board, her king is also is a little bit open. This king is a little bit safer actually here with the 3 pawns than Anna is with the 2 pawns with the queens on the board. So let's go back. So what? No, her opponent hasn't played. He hasn't played yet. He is thinking. What is he going to do? But I can see he has played active moves. He also have done like that. He has kept the pressure, there's tension. When you keep the tension, we can see that this here we have the tension kept. They have been looking at each other for a while, but they haven't taken each other. And sometimes this is actually the best. So when you can see that you can take a piece, think, is it better I take the piece, or could it be that when I take a piece, I help my opponent to bring the piece, the opponent's piece, to bring his or her piece to better square. So to exchange, always to think of this. Is it better to exchange, or could it be that it's better to keep the tension? And this is what they have been doing. And also what their opponent did when the opponent went this very, I would say, brave bishop h5. This was a brave move, I would say. But now he played king h7. This is just so surprising. This is surprising. What will happen now here? Anna will move her queen to c2 or d3. And after a move like this, we will absolutely see knight e4. Knight e4. Oh, this is getting crazy. And I just want to show you that if you try to take something like this, we will absolutely have like this. We will have, I think it will be even a mate here now. Isn't it this? We will just have like this winning on the spot here, because after king e7, yeah, we can also go bishop f6. No, so this is not possible. So this is the plan. Black is, so Anna will absolutely bring her queen. I cannot imagine anything else. Bring her queen to d3 or c2, one of these squares. This is absolutely sure. And her opponent will absolutely go here. And now, what could she do here? Can she play something else? Can we take on d6? If you take on d6, quite take here. And can we take on e4? We will play with the pawn more. Yeah, this could absolutely be fine. And if we take on d6, can we take here? We will getting some threats. We take on f4, but after queen take e4, we have just knight take e4, and you can see the check. There's no perpetual because we have this. And we look at the material. We have so much more, a rook and a piece. No, it doesn't work. So in this position, this was play king h7. I'm sure Anna will go queen c2 or queen d3. I'm not sure what I would have played myself. I'm absolutely not sure what would I played, and I think it actually doesn't really matter so much. The queen is a little bit closer here to the center, and after this move we will absolutely see knight e4. I can't believe anything else here. And then Anna has this tremendous strong move. You need to take back, and here you can choose to play in two ways. You can actually take on e4 also. This is very because if you take here now, we have the check. We know you cannot move up, you cannot move out here. This would absolutely be a crazy, this would absolutely be a quick mate here. I believe here we have, I just want to do something, king h2, and we are threatening mate here. We go in like this, we will have a mate. And no, we don't have a mate there, but we can play, yeah, we can play like this also, or we can just play play like take f4. This is absolutely fine. So the king can never run out on the board. So this would be possible. Here we have this check. Now king e7 would be played, and now queen e6. This is absolutely possible to play, but will she... and this is absolutely possible to be played. So Anna will spend some time. He played his queen d3, knight if Anna plays up with the queen, I'm not sure, queen d3, queen c2, one of these, knight d4 will absolutely come, and she can now play this safe. I would say that this is the safe way to play. You can take on d6, you can take also on e4. You threaten here, you have to take here, and we go bishop take d6, and here rook f7, and now we defend on h3. I guess king e2 looks like a very solid move, and we have a pawn up. I think this is absolutely a very fine way to play. So queen up, knight e4. It could be knight take g6, that this is stronger, f3, and if bishop takes, we take on e4. But how can we... and the idea is, of course, if you take back, we will take with the queen, and you know the king has to run out. No, you don't want to play this. Yeah, we were looking at this before. No, you cannot play this, running out with the king. So and if you're moving up here, we have this again, e5 check. So this is absolutely very, very strong to play. So so this is the position Anna is thinking. She's absolutely doing right. This is so important. She has a huge, huge advantage, but she needs to keep on playing strong moves. She needs to keep on putting pressure. This one is extremely weak, only defended by the king. And if Anna attacks it again with the queen to c2 or d3, one of these moves, I'm not sure what is better. There is no way you can defend it, because after queen 8, we just grab the bishop. So this is why this with attention has been so good, and why to take here, and go here, you can just go away, and now everything is defended. White is still doing fine, but black defends the pawn, so you don't want that. So if you want to go for the pawn, white needs to put more pressure. There's only one piece more that can attack this pawn. The knight is attacking, but we need to get the queen from d3 or from c2. We need to get the queen looking at g6. And now Anna is taking her time. She's absolutely taking her time, and I think this is very, very good, because she has a very good position, and and it's important she plays the right. And oops, take away the arrow. Oops. So here. And if there's someone coming in late, I would just like to say then that Anna, she's playing Reykjavik Open, this beautiful big open. This is the second round. Anna lost the first game against the cow opening. She's playing the second round. First and second round, she's playing against Swedish player, which is very curious, playing outside Sweden. And I, who am here commentating from Stockholm, I am Pia Cramling. I'm Grandmaster Pia Cramling. I'm Anna's mother, and I love to comment Anna's game. It's very, very exciting, and she has been playing so well here now. I can see she's playing so well this game. I just hope she's keeping on playing well. We have a very exciting position where Anna is putting pressure on her opponent. She's putting pressure on this g6 pawn, and I'm sure she's going to put more pressure. She has to do it to keep her advantage. She's having an advantage because of this weakness. Also, we see this knight on b8 is not in the game yet. So white has 1-2. This knight can also enter. It's standing well there. It's not on the king side, but it can absolutely enter. It's very important. It can also take and control e4 square. So if Anna goes up, and the only way to try to avoid that Anna plays queen to g6 or knight to g6, which is actually stronger in this position. No, I would say both are. Yeah, knight to g6 is stronger in this position. Black has to go knight e4, and then this knight is very important. It's very important that it's developed, because you can take on e4, you control this square, but you can also play this fantastic, beautiful combination and f3. And this here, probably you have to come back here. You have to come back here. Maybe you can play like this, and we give a check here, and you go away, and we take this. So maybe we will have to play, and I'm just wondering if we play like this now. We have a position, and we have this e-pawn coming. No, this is just fantastic. And this maybe knight e6 here now, and we will just, we have these double pawns extra. They don't look so strong, but they take a lot of square. The queen can go to d7. Yeah, also we have knight b6. We have a fork here, but this knight is just so tremendous. And if you try maybe to exchange it, it could be that we have, maybe we change. We could go knight f4 immediately also. Maybe we take it away. I'm not sure what would be better. We can go knight c7, knight e6, or knight f4, and we have a fantastic knight. And with this pawn. This pawn is good, a little bit protect against the checks. This good pawn is of course very good, take a lot of squares, and it could be doing something very, very, it takes control. It avoids that the queen can come to f6, and black needs to block it so it's not moving further. So here we have it. I would just say that this would be so now Anna is thinking, but I just believe Anna will go up with the queen, c2, d3, put pressure against g6, and that her opponent is playing for knight e4 to play these tactics. I cannot see anything else. So let's see, we're bringing up the queen here. What can you do? Can we do this move? But in a position like this, we can even go knight, knight to g6. This is absolutely also possible. And the idea is, if you move away the bishop somewhere here, we will take here with check, we're coming here, and we will just bring the knight back. And we have won an exchange, and not only exchange, we have won a pawn. And again, I just wanted to show that these things are never any problem. We just we can even go f4, but we can also go just f3 and king g2, just defending everything. So f4 looks, we could go f4 here, and actually what is happening, the king, we go rook g1. So it's not black who is attacking, it's actually white who is getting an open fight to attack with. But this is far from the game. The position is like this, but it's so important, Anna, now after king h7, it's so important. She's bringing in the queen, not the king. The king should stay where it stays. Maybe it could go up a little bit, but it should stay safely on the king side. But she needs to bring in her queen to the long diagonal. Queen c2, queen d3, one of these good square, and we would have this really putting pressure here on g6. It would be absolutely necessary to put pressure. She could also go queen b1, but I don't like queen b1. And why do I don't like queen b1? No, because if you play queen b1 here, these rooks are not connected. Why to put the queen? If you go queen c2 or queen d3, these rooks are connected. And this is also a way of developing, because now this rook is ready to get into action. If you put the queen here on b1, this rook remains passive. So if you want to put the queen on this diagonal, you should go queen c2 or queen d3, but not really. Queen b1 is a good move also, but there is no logic to put it on b1 and not just because the rook will remain more passive like that. Now Anna is playing. I guess Anna will go queen c2, queen d3, queen c2 or queen d3. This is one of those I am absolutely guessing she will do. It looked like she was on her way to move, but she decided she wanted to think a little bit, and that is absolutely fine. She has been now it comes queen c2, and queen c2, it was logical. It's also in lots of Queen's Gambit exchange variation. This is the logical square to put it. Queen c2, queen d3, one of them are absolutely fine. And also because now I'm sure we will see knight e4 on the board, and after knight e4 this will be very exciting. I think actually Anna will take on e4, yes, and knight e4, it came here so quickly. I just put it as an analysis. Our opponent went back and played it immediately. I would actually say that play moves immediately. I think it's a good way that when you come back And when you play something, you at least for some time think a little bit. It could be, it doesn't have to be long, but maybe 10-20 seconds. And this is a little bit the blunder check. He had planned this from before, but after each move there could be something you haven't seen. So it's a good rule. I call it Tony Miles' rule. Tony Miles was the number one in England for a long time. He unfortunately passed away more than 20 years ago, but he was a very quick player. But after each move, even if they were going to exchange pieces, I could see how he looked up, how he looked at the position with new, fresh eyes, and then after he took back. So I think that's a good rule. And but it's not so easy to follow. I know. And let's see now. So what do Anna have? Anna can play here. Anna can take, let's see here. Anna can take on d6, absolutely, if she wants to. She can take on e4 and she can take on g6. Because with knight e4, black is blocking the queen, but black is also putting some pressure against h4. So this is absolutely what black is believing in. And black is now also sitting there at the board to see what Anna will do, because Anna she can play bishop take d6, and like this she will win a pawn. But now black will finally get out with a piece. Anna will have a pawn more. She's a little bit weakened here, but it's a pawn more. She's absolutely fine here. It's not a winning position, because now in this position this pawn would actually be better on g2. She doesn't have an attack, so her king side a little bit weakened, and it would be better to play the endgame here to change the queens. But she can absolutely play this. It's absolutely one possibility. She can go knight take e4, absolutely. And if bishop take here now, then I would say that this is a tremendous move. And after taking here, we can take on e5. We can also play something like knight e6. I don't know what is happening here. We take here and take here. Oh, this is getting so crazy. And knight b7, and we have a king walking out here. This is just, I have no idea what is happening, but it looks very, very scary here. Looks so scary. So we have pawn more, only pawn more, but we have a terrible king out here in the middle. So there are, let's say, I would say in this position, there are this move, knight to g6 is probably the strongest move. This is knight take e4, it's a good move also. And you can also play bishop take d6. These are the moves we can think of. So yeah, this is probably knight to g6 and to go f3. This is probably the best, but bishop take e5, taking on e4, and now it's very important to see that this is not possible, because we have the check here and we will absolutely win the game very quickly. We can take this first, but we can also take the queen. I think that would be fine. So let's go back. So this is absolutely possibility. So this is probably the best. And now you can take on e4, but f3 is strong, and we can see that after queen h4 take here, queen d3 is of course not possible. We have the bishop taking it. I just want to show that there is nothing like this. So queen h4 would not be possible. Probably you take here, and now taking, we are afraid to take on d5. This king, it might be, and now you see another reason. If you take here, we will take back with the rook. So this is another reason why we want the queen not to be on b1. And now probably, can we go king h7 here? It could be, we have, I don't know if we should go check or just take here. It could be we even go here to take here a little bit later, king g8, and we are just bringing in the piece. And now e6, we see that this one, we see that knight cannot come out. This is very, very far away, but this is knight e4. Let's see what Anna will play. I just hope she takes time. I would wish she had a coffee or something. She has some water. I hope that's enough for the energy. And how can we think of? Yeah, we think when we play like this, we are bringing out the king. And when we go f3, we'll get the piece back. And that is just so important that you see in this position that there's no way for black to keep the piece. Okay, you can go bishop f6, but we can go e5, we take it back. Can we play something like this? I am just wondering. And now, oh, yeah, this is crazy. We can play this. But this is crazy. And the idea is that after rook f1, we see again why it's so important that the rook is in the game. We have a position like this. And here we can see we have a queen against 2 rooks and a queen against the 2 rooks. But we have lots of pawns. The queen is about 9, the 2 rooks about 10. But also there is a problem. You can go maybe knight is free, but then we go king e2, yes, so you don't get into, maybe you go something like knight f6, and we can start playing e4, we can go d6, there are lots of things, but we have these beautiful pawns here. Probably e4 is a good move, and we will go d6. If you go rook d8, we can just go d6 with a point. Yes, grab a piece. So let's go back. So knight take g6 is the best, but will Anna play that? But there are also other good moves in this position. Will Anna play against the king, or will she say, no, I think it's enough, I grab a pawn. I just grab a pawn. And I think it's a little bit the style, how we play. But it's absolutely so strong to bring the king out, and to actually not to go f3, taking here, and after bishop f6 you can always play like this, king here, and actually now just take here. This is just tremendous. I guess maybe you have to go something like g6, but we are just blowing up the position. Probably we get queen b3, and you see now this is just finished. So you go e4 because you can see queen b3, the king has no way to escape. Queen d5 is not possible, we take it. I like always to play out the moves, and after king e8, queen e6, we will see a little mate here. So let's go back. So this is absolutely the strongest way to play. Will Anna go for it, or will she just think that a pawn is a pawn, I will just play with a pawn? And she's taking her time. I'm just so happy she does that, because this is again one of these critical moments. You need to take your time. She has several good continuations. Some are stronger than others. For me, I would say that taking on g6 is very strong, but I would say that this is maybe the most logical to play. But also here, she again can take on g6, but I would guess she would play like this. And then there's so much threat against g6 that if you go here, we will absolutely just go knight take g6, because there is threat. We threaten to take on f8 with the check, and we will have we even have 2 pawns up here. So because there's no way to defend the bishop, I need to check. And we can even go knight e6. It's also good. So yes. So let's see. So I would expect Anna to play knight take e4 here. This is what I expect her to play. Let's see what she is going to do. It could be that she goes for this position, bishop takes, but it will actually help black. We have been looking at this because now finally black has finished the development. Anna's king is a bit weak. Her king pawn should be here on g4. We still had the queens on the board, and Anna, of course, she wants to change queens. She wants to change pieces in general. We have also double rooks. When you have double rooks, you want at least to change one of the rooks, so there cannot be 2 rooks attacking you. So this position is a pawn up, but her king is a bit weak. For the endgame, this is fantastic, but we still have the queens on the board. Yeah, let's go back. So I think actually that Anna is considering taking on d6, considering taking on e4. Is she thinking of taking on g6? It could absolutely be so, to see that she's doing it, and this is absolutely the dream move here. And why is it the dream move? Yeah, one is that we bringing out the king. The other is also that we are opening up more files. So we're bringing out the king. We are keeping this tension, which is so good. And in this position here, we can take back on h4, but it's not so good. The better is actually to take back like this. And the reason is, if we take back, I say h4, sorry, black has this one. And after here, black will absolutely be able to change, to change the queens here. I think this is absolutely what black, or maybe to go, yes, for an extra pawn and to play this position. And here we don't have, this is absolutely still fine. We have extra pawns. Maybe we go rook f3. We were absolutely better because we have an extra pawn. But there are some, it's not winning, but it's good. So, and this is also actually, yes, I will take some water. Thank you. And when you have a good position and you have not only one way, because if you only have one way and you find it, you will go for it. But here there are several alternatives for Anna to choose from. So it means that she has to calculate and try to value which one is the strongest. And that is always not so easy to evaluate. And that is, of course, one of the strengths of the grandmasters. They evaluate the right way. Some are very good at calculating. Some are more trusting their intuition, what they think is good. And they don't calculate so much. I would say that Kaspara was a very much calculating player. Maybe Karpov was more playing very positionally. He played good moves, but not calculating that much. He was also quite a good practical player. Didn't spend too much time. And there are, of course, different examples of players. So, but here we have this position that Anna needs to calculate. Take on d6. Take on e4, knight take g6. These are the free moves she needs to calculate, and she needs to make a good decision. The strongest is actually to take on g6 to bring out the king, and it's bringing out the king, but it's also open up files. But again, even if we have this f3, which is very good, but it's not so easy. And the problem is she cannot start like this. She has to calculate, because after f3 we have queen g3 here, and this would absolutely be bad for her now. This would be very bad, because if you go queen g2, we see now all of a sudden black has won a piece. So this is very important. If she plays this, she will absolutely need to go f3 here. This bishop is looking at d6, but it's also defender of the square g3. So this is what I say: queen h4, taking here, take here. This is absolutely no problem. Let's see what can be happen. Queen here, I don't know, queen f4. We have a mate here. We have a mate here, queen e4. So it's not possible. So, but she needs to value that, and that is not always so easy. So let's see what Anna will do. But I think knight take this is a good move. You can take here, and queen take h4, and now to play bishop here. The rook needs to go somewhere. You cannot go to d8. We have bishop e7. After rook e8, we will actually grab another pawn, and we will have 2 pawns more. This would not be possible. So in a position like this, the rook needs to go maybe all the way to c8, but it's not standing well. So we can again put some pressure on it. You need to run away to g8, and now you see that this one is not possible. You're maybe planning to take here. We can actually do this in 2 ways. We can protect the pawn, but we can actually also go f3, and the reason is that we go after we can actually play rook queen e7, and now it's the plan to play against the king. We're planning rook f2, rook f1, and rook h2. We're playing against the queen, and we can see how. Let's see, I just want to show you some. No, we go king f2, sorry. This is so much better, and rook h1. And the queen is trapped. But this is not the game. Anna is still thinking. She is still thinking, will she make the right decision? And what is the right decision? There is not only one right decision. There are more right decisions. But taking on e4 is one of those. Taking on g6 is a very strong move. Very, very tactical. Taking on d6 would still win a pawn, but it would not put... but Anna would also have to handle that. She has a pawn up, but she will get a weak king. So knight to take e4 is one move. I will take them out. Take on d6 is another move. Her opponent will have to take back, and we will have this position. I showed it before. And Anna is there trying to a little bit waken up. And this is actually good to do at the board, that you're a little bit moving yourself, you're waking up the body, because especially if you have been sitting for a long time. So it's actually a way of waking up is something you should think of to do during a long game. We forget about it, but I remember a grandmaster who was the captain, I'm not sure who it was, he said that you have to move a little bit when you're sitting at the board so you don't get too rigid. So it's also important. So there have been so many great players in the history of chess, of course, Capablanca, I mean, there are so many, but for me, the favorite is, of course, Bobby Fischer. Of course, Bobby Fischer was a great player, but I would say that the level has going up so much, and for me, Magnus is the number one. He has been such a strong player, he has winning so much, and chess has become the player has become stronger. It's much easier to work now when we have the computers helping us in lots of different ways. They didn't have that before. So for me, the Magnus is Magnus Carlsen. He's also Norwegian. It's almost like Swede. It's not a Swede. We are different countries, but like 120 years ago back, a little more like that, we were actually a union together. So for me, Magnus, he has also shown that he can understand and play lots of different kind of position, and he was a very active world champion, and he was a world champion for a long time. So let's see, Anna is thinking. It's not wrong to be thinking. Yes, so she has time afterwards, and this is a critical moment. Boris Spassky always said that. I remember that. You know, when there are critical moments, then you have to stop. You have to stop. You have to take a deep, deep thought, and you have to try to find the best combination or what is good enough for you. And I would say that this is one of those critical moments where Anna need to think. And Bobby Fischer, he played this fantastic match 1972. They actually became friends afterwards. He and Boris Spassky, they played revenge in the 90s, but in Svete Stefan. So in Svete Stefan, but he also died on Iceland, very sad. He died on Iceland, I think it was 2008, could it be? Yeah, maybe 2008. He was actually 64 years old, exactly the same age as the number of the squares on the board. And so he's buried there also. But let's see now, Anna is still thinking. Anna is still thinking, and that is absolutely fine. That is absolutely fine that she is still thinking. She still have, with the clock, I can see it looks like she still has fine with time, but I'm not sure I can see the clock in the right way. Here we see some players, they are looking at the board, they are wondering what is happening there. This is so tactical. And now Anna will play, I guess Anna will play knight take e4, but will she take on g6? Will she take on g6? But she will, if she does that, she will absolutely need to keep on playing good moves. Will she do that? What is she going to do? She took on g6. Wow, Anna. Wow. She took on g6. This is the strongest move, but it's not the end yet. Oh, this is the strongest move, but after king takes, she will need to go, because I cannot see any other move for her opponent. I cannot see any other move for her opponent. If her opponent goes something like rook f6, we can just go knight take e4, and if you take back here, we will just take on f6, you will take back with the queen, and we will just bring the knight here. And if you take the knight, we will have this little check between, and when you move away, we will just take on e5. Probably like this, and we have exchanged more. So she played knight to g6. I think her opponent will her opponent absolutely need to take back. You know, this was not possible. We will have this knight f8. You see, it's a double check from the rook, and the queen. So I just will show you this. This is what we have been looking at, but this is just very, very good for her, because queen d6 here, we will just have this position, and after here queen c8, and we can go queen e6, we can change queens, and we will play. Oh, we're playing with the rook more. Oh, I have not keeping control of all the pieces. It's just completely winning. So after knight take g6, there is only one move her opponent can do, and it's to take back. And now Anna can take on e4, but the strong move is to go f3. This is the strong move. This is absolutely the strong move. And if her opponent take here, the strong move is to take on e4. I really do hope so. There are still lots of move to go. And why? And the reason is that there is no good way for her opponent. There's no good way for her opponent to keep the bishop. If we go somewhere, we go e5, and we see that this king will just be trapped very, very quickly. It will just be trapped very, very quickly. So this is absolutely, but there are some good moves still to be played. Knight take h4, I would say that her opponent doesn't have so much to think of. If you take on e5, yeah, we can take on f8. This is absolutely logical, just to take on f8. And here we can take on e5, we can take on e4 also. I would just say that this is very, very normal move to play, and yes, we grab this. So this is not possible. So knight take g6, Anna played. She is playing in the style of her father. Anna's father, Grandmaster Juan Beon, is from Spain, but he now plays under the Swedish flag, and he likes always to play very nice games, very tactical games. I'm very positional. I like it to play with activity, but quite positional, quite boring positions, but no, not him. And here we can see that Anna is playing much more in the style of her father than in the style of her mother. With knight take g6, her opponent came back, he grabbed it quickly. Let's see now if Anna go f3. f3 is the very, very good move. I just hope she will go f3. This was played immediately by her opponent. He played, and Anna now, yeah, she played f3. I think she played f3. I couldn't see when she moved it on the board, but I think it is because the pawn is not on f3. So so she played f3, and she played it immediately. Anna has been very practical. She has been very practical today. She has been using some time, but there has been some critical moment. Now she played this following up. She could use some 10 seconds, 10, 15 seconds, but it doesn't have to be more. And she's going to get her piece back. She's playing with the piece down. Yesterday she was playing first with the pawn down, then it was the piece down, then it was two pieces down. But here Anna is a piece down. She's going to get back. I'm sure her opponent will take on e5. This is very, very logical to do. Will he take on e5? And then this is very important, that Anna actually now take back. She can take on e5, but it's not the same. She needs to take back this way. This is the way she needs to take back here. She needs to do that because we can see that if something like this go, we have here queen a5, and if you try to get here, you come here. We can just go, we can go different ways, but we can also go, no, this is, we give the check here, and actually now we can go rook f1, and next move will be knight e2. Whatever you do now, we can try to bring this here. We have this knight e2, and it will be a mate. So let's see, but this is very logical that, so Anna played f3 quickly. I'm sure her opponent will take on e5. What more can he do? He can try to go something like this. We take here, but now he's in problem. He can go king h7, but we can just grab this one. We can take everything, and we take on d6, and we see there is no problem at all because this bishop is keeping control of g3. Also, Anna's queen could come here, and I think this was the reason she put the queen here in the beginning. She wanted it to be able to bring it to the king side if it's necessary. But this is not the position. It's here. Anna played f3. She played this beautiful. the move. And why she goes f3? Because she wants to take the knight with the pawn. She wants to take back the piece. She is a piece down. She has given her one of her knights, but she is threatening to take this back, and it's pinned, and she wants to take it with the pawn, not with the knight, because black can take back with the knight. And not only when she take it with the pawn, she is opening up for this rook to enter the game, and this king is out here. It's absolutely Can you go king f7 here? Can we do something like this? Can we go king g8? What is going to happen here now? We can play in different ways. Shall we take on d5? Maybe we can go something like that and just go e5. And can you see, we have, it's a pawn up, but we have a tremendous pawn here. And after something like this, queen e6, I guess we can play queen b3 if we want to. We can actually play this way. This is actually a beautiful way, because we threaten take on b5, and after a move like this, we will have knight e4, or we will actually go e4. You see this pin, knight e7, and here we will actually replay with a pawn, with another pawn. So let's see. So f3, her opponent is now this is here. Her opponent is now thinking, and we can see that Anna is going to get her piece back. And what is her opponent going to do? I guess this is what we will see. And after this now, it's important Anna grab the knight. She grabs the knight. She's still a piece down, but we don't see any good way for her opponent to keep the piece. We don't see it. Her opponent can take on f8, could try this. We take back with the rook, of course. It's connected, and we can see the only way for black to keep the piece, but it's just for a moment, is to play here. Now we go here. King has to come, and we will just take on f6. And now we saw that this could just be very, very dangerous, because we have e5, and after this the queen is entering the game. And if you go something like knight d7, we can go take on d5, but why not have this tremendous pass pawn? These are just so beautiful pass pawns. We could also take on if you take d5, it's also very good, because this is not possible. We just entering a pin. So let's go back. f3 was played. Let's see what he took on e5. This was expected. He took on e5. And what did Anna do? She immediately took back on e4. Oh, she's playing so well. She's keeping this under control. She knows this. This is the right way. The king is too far away. The king cannot. The king is so far out, so she's going after the king. Black is not able to keep the piece. What is black going to do here? Is he trying to keep the piece? Because this is a tremendous threat. It's a more big threat than to take back the piece. This is a very, very tremendous threat. And what could we try here? I don't know. Could we try something like h5? This looks like e take d5, king h6. And I guess we just go back here. Just try to get, I have no idea here, to get something. And can we try to go something like queen h4? Probably we will go knight e4. And we can see after a move like this, we have a check, and the king cannot go to any good square. When it moves away somewhere, we will go knight f2 check. We have a discovered check, and we will also win the queen. You moved away the king, and we will just take the queen. So let's say go back. Absolutely, we are going back. Anna played this beautiful f take e4 immediately. I don't know exactly how her time is. I hope she has time enough to think if she needs in some moments. But these good moves, she has played all the time the best moves. I am just so amazed. I'm very, very happy to see Anna play like this. She's playing very beautiful, a little bit in style, or a little bit in the style of her father, sacrificing a piece. Then she takes it back, and she has the king run out on the board. This king is very, very unsafe, and it's absolutely completely unsafe, because Anna has a queen here looking toward the king. She has a rook here looking on the f line, and the king doesn't have so many good squares to escape. So what will I expect? It could be bishop f6. It could be king h7. One of those is what I actually expect her opponent to play. maybe after king h7, maybe the best is just to take it, just to keep the tension here again, because we can see taking here, I guess we will just, maybe we will take, maybe we will take with the queen, but probably we take with the knight, because this is the way for the knight to come into the game, and we can go maybe knight e6, we can play, different ways. Knight d6 is absolutely fine. We can play, just to bring it in. We can even maybe try to play some really tactical, but just to bring in like this. This is a good way to bring in, and then we bring in this knight here, and after a move like this, we have knight d6, and we can see that it's never possible to take because we have this. Maybe also here, or maybe we even can play queen c5. Yeah, this is a fantastic move. So just keeping the pieces up here. After b6 we have a check. So this is so far from the game. Let's see. Anna played. This was played. Anna played f3. Bishop was taking, and Anna took here. Now her opponent is thinking. He is taking time now. He has been playing quite quickly. Now he is thinking, what is he going to do here? I would guess king h7 to hide away with the king, or bishop to f6. These are the moves I expect him to play. It could be that he wants to take on f1 first. It could absolutely be that. But then Anna is ready to take back with the rook. And you can see how important was that Anna put her queen on a more active square on c2 or d3 on c2 when she was attacking against the king side, because now the rook are connected. After rook take f1, she will just bring in her rook, and she is playing here with 1, 2, 3 pieces. Her opponent is playing with 1, 2 pieces, but the opponent also has a king running out. King, enormous problem, absolutely enormous problem here. So after this, she can absolutely go e5, and I think it is what she would do, but she could actually go like this, king f7, and even play queen b3, but this is just getting so tactical. I don't expect Anna to play like this. I think this is very normal, king f7, and in a position like this, you can take it. We can even go e4 directly, knight d7, and now taking here, and we can see that it's never possible to the back with the knight because we have e5 winning the knight also. So here is the position. The rooks are on the board still. The king is still there. Her opponent is thinking, and Anna is playing in this beautiful tournament, Reykjavik Open, with 400 players. There are some very strong top players, grandmaster in the top, and there are lots of other players. There are about 40 nations here playing, so that's just so amazing. There are also a big group of Swedish players. There are 13 Swedish players, but there are more players from US, and there are also lots of Icelandic players. Of course, this is their own tournament. They are having it each year now, and it has been held since the start, 1964, exactly 60 years ago. And when it was a close round robin, it means I think it was 14 players. They all played all, and Michael Tal, he won the tournament with, I think it was 12.5 out of 13. So this is a beautiful tournament. It's a tournament I actually also played only one time. No, I played it twice. Or did I play it once? I'm getting unsure. I think I played it once only. I played quite a lot during the years. I played it 84, so it's just only 40 years back. And that was also amazing. We didn't play in this beautiful concert hall Harpa, where it's played now, because the concert hall did not exist then. But this is just such a fantastic tournament. We are only following Anna's games. She's going to play 9 games here in the tournament during 7 days. And yesterday was the first round. Anna lost. Yes, I will not moving the pieces so much. I'm sorry. Thank you for telling me I should not do that. I appreciate you telling me. So I was looking at something. Did I make queen e2? No. I want the queen to be here on c2 because the queen is looking towards the king. And if the bishop is moving somewhere, Anna will move her e-pawn forward. She can go e5, she can take on d5, but she will absolutely make a move like this, and this king will have to go out. So let's go back. This is the position. So I guess her opponent has to escape either with the king to g7 or to try to go bishop f6. This is what I expect her opponent to play. This is not possible because we will just grab here and it's going to be a checkmate quite soon because the king has to run up, and we remember that the king cannot be out here. It will just be mated because white has so many pieces to play with, and so I can just bring you this mate. There are lots of other mates also, so this is not possible. Here we have the position, it's like this. So her opponent needs to go either bishop f6, either maybe first take the rook. This could also be alternative, take here and then go bishop f6. But I don't think her opponent will do that, because like if you go bishop f6, you're keeping a rook to defend, and this one is not entering yet, but it will enter later. And here I would absolutely guess Anna will go e5. And the reason why I go with the bishop to f6 is just that now the king can escape here. It has escape way, but white is absolutely doing very, very well after taking the piece. So here we have the position on the board. Black is thinking, he is taking time, and I understand that he is in big problems. He is absolutely in big problems here. So what is he going to do? And he's in big problems even with the piece up, because his king is so far up here, and we can see that he is only playing with the king, which is too far up. He has this bishop, he plays with the rook and the queen, but the knight on b8, the rook on a8 has not entered the game, and this is of course very good for Anna. They have not entered the game, they cannot help to defend the king. He took on f1, so this is what he wanted to do. He took on f1. Anna will absolutely take back with the rook. There is no doubt. But I like this, you know, she do it very calmly, to keep the calm, and she took back with the rook. And again now, she's threatening to take on d5, and it's going to be a mate. So her opponent will go bishop f6. He will play bishop f6. No, he played king h7. He played king h7. And so now the best is she can take on d5. She can take on e5. Both of them are good. I guess Anna will take on d5 first, but it's also absolutely fine. No, I think Anna will take this check. I think this is what we will see. King h8 probably, and she will take back the piece. I think absolutely this is what we will have, and we will have this position. And here, I think so. But actually, it could be that, Anna took here. But could it be that this was a stronger move? I'm not sure. Maybe this was a stronger move. So he played king h7, and maybe this was the best one. Anna has taken on d5 with check. The king will absolutely go here. If it comes here, you see, something like this. Anna might have queen b3, or maybe she go e6, and she will have this queen b3. So the king is not good on g8. You can see here. So after e take, he will go king h8 quickly. I believe so. Is he sitting there at the board? Yes, he's sitting there. Will he go g6? No, he cannot go g6. This would absolutely be tremendous, because later on you have rook f7. We just take back the piece, and you are threatening rook f7 with such a strong, no, you don't want to do it. And after e6, the rook is coming. So after the check, he will needs to move the king, and he will go king to h8. That is absolutely the logical move. That is absolutely the logical move. And here we have it, king h8. This was absolutely the logical move. And now Anna will, I believe she will absolutely just take back the piece. She needs to take back the piece. And I think this is what she's going to do here. And let's see what she is doing. And this is what she does, of course. She takes back the piece. So what has happened? We have seen some fireworks. Anna has now, like, she's having... she has 2 pawns more. After this, she will only be 1 pawn more. But we can actually already go knight to d5. And the point is, if you take here, we will just win the game. Is to check. The king cannot go up, because take this, and you will have to go here. And we will just win this game, because, I can even go it here. So you see, we will not only win the queen, we will win also the rook. So this is not possible. Knight take here. We can go knight c6, but now I guess we can play differently. Actually, knight f4 is a good move, but there is this very beautiful move to play for a mate, queen, and to go rook f6. And after knight take e5, I guess we just come here. This must be a mate here soon. King here, and we are, maybe it's not a mate, but we are absolutely grabbing the knight here, and there will not be any perpetual for her, and the king is open, and we are having so many pawns up. There's so many pawns, I'm not sure how many it was. So let's see, but so what will her opponent play? She took there, her opponent took back, so now Anna actually can take back this. She can play knight take d5. This is very, very good move. She can absolutely play knight take d5 because knight take d5, after knight take c6, she has this beautiful knight f4. What more can she go here? She can go knight f4, and after knight e5, we have this queen f5, and now you have a big problem because where is the queen? If you go something like this, we have this is very important. We have this fork, king e7, and we are going to win the game like this. You can play this way, and so this is absolutely queen f5. You're moving away the knight, and here we have knight g6 here, and we will have queen f7, and we are going to, maybe we will just play like this, and queen f5, and we are going to have threats here. The only thing black can do is just to give the exchange. This is very, very far away. Let's go back. But knight take d5 is a very good move. Let's see if Anna will do that. She is thinking, will she play knight take d5? It looks like she is on her way to play. Will she play knight take d5? It looks like, and she is grabbing the pawn because it's not so much really about the pawn, but she is bringing her queen, she's bringing her knight closer to the king. So I'm sure her opponent will go knight c6, and then she can play knight f6, but knight f4 is such a beautiful move, and I think this is actually what will we see on the board. And after knight e5, we have this queen f5, and it's just tremendous. Black cannot defend it. She will. So here we have it on the board. Knight c6 was played, and now Anna needs. Now this is absolutely a threat. This is a threat, and now knight f4 is a very, very good move. Knight f4, knight f6 is also possible to play. She can actually play both ways if she wants to. Absolutely, knight f6, but knight f4 is just very, very strong also. So it's because she's so active with her pieces, and this king has hidden away, but it's still weak. And we know this rule that queen and knight together in the attack, they are tremendous attacking pieces. They're working so well. If the queen can use a piece to attack with, it's the knight, actually. The knight and queen are so strong, and even if black is getting a piece close to here, Anna can just take it away, because you cannot defend this. This is what we were looking at. I just want to show it once more. A knight g6. And we will just take it. So this is not possible. Let's see here. What will Anna do here? I just hope she is. I just hope she will play. I hope she will play knight f4. Knight f6 is absolutely possible, but she will need then to calculate everything to then. Knight f4 is just a very good move, I would say. You have the knight very close to the. You have the knight very close to the king side, and we have this beautiful queen f5 afterwards. So I like knight f4, absolutely. And the idea with knight f4, if you go something queen e6, we can just go. Now we actually have knight g6 here, king g8. We have something with queen b3 here. Oh, no, this will absolutely be very, very. And we have rook f8. We are just winning on the spot, because after this, we actually have a mate here. So this is not possible. So yeah, there's so many tactics here. So I just hope Anna go knight f4. knight f4. I think this is just such a good move. Knight f6 is also working. You can play this very tactical move. We are threatening mate in one. Only move is to do like this, to take it and you bring in the rook. And this is actually enough for to win. There is not, I don't know, there is no, I don't know, can we go something like this here? And here we are coming here and we bring in the king here, but we have this check and we see that there's no way for the black queen to defend, because after queen f7 we have a tactical, yeah, we can go rook g6 also, of course. Yeah, maybe this is actually the best way and we are pinning it. So the queen alone cannot defend against the threats. So knight f6 knight f6 is absolutely a winning move. If you just follow up the right way, it's absolutely possible. I like knight f4. It's also a good move, bringing the knight closer. And the knight, the queen, and the rook are putting pressure on this king. And even if black can bring his queen or his knight closer, it will not be enough. This is the position Anna is thinking. And I think she's doing it very, very well to use her time here. And yes, maybe I'm too quick. I will try to be a little bit slower. Thank you for telling me I maybe moved the pieces too quickly. I just wanted to say that here Anna can play knight f6. She can give her knight because now she threatened mate on h7. And if they take, I will not keep on the moves longer than this. This will be winning. The rook and the queen will be enough to win the game. The king is so weak. This rook is not here to defend, and rook h6 is such a terrible threat, and there is no way black can avoid that white plays this rook take h6. So this will actually be winning, but also she can also play knight f4 because she is planning to go e6 to keep this wonderful double, wonderful pass pawn. This pawn is actually good. It makes her king a little bit safer, and if her opponent takes, we have this queen f5 and the knight will have to go. The knight will have to go. I will tell you, yeah, I showed it before, but I do it one more time. We have this fork. We have this fork. You see, it's a fork. When you move the king, we take it back. And when you see everything, what has happened, we have won a whole piece. And this is a winning position in the endgame. So let's go back. We have this position, but now her opponent is threatened take on d5. Anna needs to do something against this threat. She needs to do something against the threat of taking her knight. And so she needs to go either knight f6 or knight f4, I would say. Other moves are not so logical. Yeah, she can go, no, she can go queen e4 actually. This is also a move she can play. And this is not, because after she died, her opponent will absolutely no go here. We have knight c7 and 4. So queen e4 is actually a good move also to play, and knight e7, and we will have knight f4, because here it's actually good to keep the knights. But I don't know, queen d2, will there be some tricky moves here? I don't think so. Here we have a check here. We are going up with the king, maybe to h2. You try to bring in some more things here, but what is going to happen? Will this be some tricky moves? No. Will this be something to be scared of? A little bit. It's a little bit annoying, but we just coming down here and we have everything under control, and black, it's not so much black can do. We are defending here everything. This one needs to stay there. This one absolutely needs to stay there to defend to block this pawn. But this is so far away. This is so far. So queen e4 is also a move. I would say this is absolute move. Queen e4, and I guess queen e4. Maybe this is a logical move to play. If you see the mate, of course, knight f6 is the right. If you calculate, you find the mate, it's right. But knight f4 is actually the move I like very much. But I think this is more probably we'll see this, and then knight e7. And if we take here, yeah, no, this is still good, but is it good enough here? I'm not so sure if this is still. Can we go e6? I'm just wondering. And we have this idea. Rook 8 is a mistake, I guess. Bishop here. Because after, if you take the pawn, we have this tactical. So there are always lots of tactical. But here you have queen d6. And now rook take e6 is actually a good move. Rook take e6 is a good move. You have a check on g3. And I don't know. Yeah, after here we have this check. and we are running away here. We are actually running away, and we are coming here, and there are so many threats here. Rook g8, and we will go e7, and this will absolutely be winning. But this is again very far away. So let's see. I would guess that Anna go queen e4 here. I think this looks like a very logical move. You're putting your queen closer. You're planning to go e6. You're keeping also your your knight on a good square, the pawn on e5. So I would say that queen e4 is a very logical move. But the strongest is absolutely knight f6, but you have to see the mate. But you can also play this knight f4, which I actually liked quite a lot. And then I'm sure we will see this in the board here. And the black knight has to move. I have no idea, maybe here. But this will absolutely put black into big problems here. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I should go. Yes, maybe this was here. Yeah, now this is very far away, but we have this check here, king h8, and maybe, no, we have this check here. We go knight f5. We have this here. I'm a little bit here. What do I want to play? We can go knight f8. We can actually go knight f8 here, take, and queen e6. This is actually also possible to play here, and we play queen e6 check, and we play this position. This is also absolutely winning. The queen is so much stronger than the rook and the b7. And the b7 pawn is weak, and the rook and knight are not so happy together. Rook likes the bishop, the queen likes the knights. So there are different ways of playing. What will Anna play? It looks like she's on her way to move. I guess she will go queen e4, but it could be that she will go knight f6. Yes, knight f6 is a very beautiful move, and it's just a very beautiful move. I don't know exactly how Anna is doing with the clock. This is also a factor. You have to play practical. You need to have time. But for me, queen e4 is maybe the most logical move if you don't see the knight with knight f6. But it could be that knight f4 is the move I like most, actually. I like knight f6, of course, the mate. Of course, I like it. But knight f4 is just also a move I like so much, just because it just take away. So her opponent needs to come to play this. But then we have this queen c5, and there are forks here. I have no idea. If you go somewhere like this, it might be that we can bring something in here. I am not sure what is going to happen here. And we have queen d6. We are having such a fantastic position. And you can see that this pawn is going to march down here. This pawn is just so strong, so strong. And now actually you have the threat of rook c1, and you want to grab the knight. So, and after a move like this, we will just grab the knight in a better way, like this. This is far away. This is far away. So Anna is thinking, what is she going to do? If I guess she will go queen e4, but will she do something else? Will she go knight f6? Will she play this? She played knight f4, and this is actually a beautiful move, and this is a very beautiful move. And now I'm just hoping that Anna, when her opponent go knight take e5, she goes queen f5, and because this knight is good here, I think her opponent will take on e5. This is very logical. Her opponent can absolutely avoid taking on e5, but what can her opponent do? You have to be careful. If you go queen d7, yeah, we will go e6. You always have to be careful for his fork. You need to come back here, and now here we can we even play this? I am just wondering what, yeah, this is a pin. Oh, I'm not awakened. We can even go e7 here, because you cannot take it like this. We have the queen here, so it's a pin. So knight f4 is a move I liked very much. I am very happy Anna played this, and I think a little bit like, I think she surely saw knight f6 is good, but she was a little bit worried if she made some mistakes. So she just thought, she keeps the knight here close to the king side. She's planning to go e6 now here. This is absolutely what she is planning to do. And she's also planning to bring in her queen. Maybe queen f5 could be a way of bringing in the king. So it's just it's just a fantastic position she has. She has to be a little bit careful, so there's not going to be any counterplay against her king, because the king is a little open, but she has a knight here close to the king side. She has the rook here who can enter anytime, and she has a queen who is going to enter e4, f5, one of these squares, I believe. And her opponent has played. No, her opponent hasn't played. Her opponent is thinking. Anna played knight f4 after. Anna played knight f4 after a while, but I think this is just a very, very nice move. I'm very happy she played it, because I'm sure Anna knows that if her opponent takes here, she is going to kick this knight away. She's going to kick this knight away. And this is what her opponent is seeing now. Her opponent see that. So, and this move is not possible because we have rook d1, and we will actually grab the knight. We will win the knight. You cannot go here. So you will need, you don't have so many square to go to. You will need maybe to go here. No, it will be the knight. This is absolutely the only move you can play, and you will have it like this. And actually, yeah, we can play in so many ways here for Anna, but this is just a very, very good attacking position for her with the 3 pieces. Let's see. So Anna played, this is at the board, knight f4. Knight f4 was played. Can it be that her opponent was a bit surprised by it? I'm not sure. Could it be? But if he goes something like queen e8, I think, yes, we will have, yeah, we can even have this, check this, and with this we have seen before, king h7, and we have this rook f8. This is just a tremendous way, because you cannot take the knight, you cannot do, I don't really know what, and if you move the queen, we can always just take the rook. So the only thing is, if you take the knight, we have this mate. We have this mate in 1. So, so queen 8 is not a good move. She brought the knight to f4, and actually her plan is now to go knight g6 check, start an attack. And if her opponent tries to avoid that, she will go queen f5. The knight has to move, and then she can start to attack again. The queen f5 or queen e4, both of them are absolutely fine just to attack the knight. So what, no, this is the position at the board. Knight f4 was played. Her opponent is just thinking, and this is what we have on the board. This is what we have on the board. And yeah, so what is Anna's advantage? Her advantage is that she's having 2 pawns more. They would be stronger connected. You know, we put the pawns connected like this, they would be fantastic strong if she keep both pawns. They are not so strong when they are double pawns. They are also double isolated pawns. But this one is good. It makes her king a little bit safer. There are no queen b6 check. This one is good because it's very close to march down. Her opponent can take it. But the second advantage Anna has is not only the material. She also having an attack on this king, and this rook can be used because now finally knight is out, but she's having an attack, and she's going to attack with the queen and the knight. But this rook is so well placed on f1, and we have seen in different moments it's possible to bring in the rook, and that will be the decisive move. That will be the one to catch the opponent's king. So knight f4 was a very nice move. Her opponent played queen g5. But what is going to happen here now? After knight g6, her opponent needs to go queen b3. We have queen b3 check. You needs to come here. We have knight f8 check here. What is going to happen here? Can we go king h8 here? And we are going to do queen d3, and we're threatening a mate. This, the only way to avoid it is to go g6. But after a move like this, I guess we just can go queen d7, and we can see that after here we will have rook f6 if you want check, but I think it's better to make it this mate. So he played an active move, but now it's very, very strong to just get to this king. Can her opponent go something like this? No, we have knight f8, double check, and we will have a mate here. So knight g6 is just going to knight g6, she's going to catch the king here. Queen b3 check. Because the queen is very good here, the only way to stop the check is to go king h7, and now we have knight f8. We have knight f8, and actually this is, let's see if Anna goes for this queen knight g6 check. It's just, let's see if she will go. No, she played e6. Anna played e6. This is absolutely, it's a good move, but it's not the one I really wanted her to play. She wants to play positionally. She doesn't have so much time, perhaps, so maybe this is why she played it. I guess, can we see a move like knight c7? Could this be possible? But then we have, yes, so like this, we will have queen c7. We're putting some pressure here. Can her opponent play rook e8? No, this is not so good because we are going queen d7, and we always have these problems with the fox. So Anna played e6. She decided not to calculate, and it was maybe not so easy to see that there is a way of playing for mate, but she played this very positional e6 move, and now again I think king g8 is a good move maybe to play for her opponent. And then let's see, we will make like this. Can she go queen b3? Is this a good move? But after queen b3, can her opponent go here? I don't think so. We have a check here. Is this good? King h7. What is going to happen here? And what because there is a check here. Are we scared for the check a little bit, or we just will take? So maybe this check is not the best one. Maybe we will just, maybe we will go queen take b7, and we will just try to head away. I'm just wondering a little bit, we play something like this, queen take e3. We have some checks here. We have some checks here. And after queen e3, can we go we go rook f3, and after a move like this, we will need to go knight g2, and finally there are no more checks, and white is winning. So there's a little bit like this. I think we will see, let's see what our opponent will do here. I think we will see either rook d8, or we will see king to g8. I think this could absolutely be a possible move here, but then we have this check we have here, and we actually have queen b3 here, which is a very, very strong move here to play, because after this we have a check and we'll just grab the rook. So what is her opponent going to play here? E6 was played. This was absolutely a fine move. She could have gone for a mate attack. She wants to bring, she keeps the pawn here. And can her opponent try to go some h5 here? This would just be crazy because we have queen f5. And actually, this is absolutely maybe a move. If her opponent go rook d8 here now, Anna can absolutely also play. Can she go just queen f5? And she go just for to play the queen endgames. She just go to play the queen endgames, to play the endgames without the queen, just not to have to be worried about anything. So this could absolutely be a possibility. And after king g8, maybe Anna could go queen f5 also here. It could be. And how is this going here? Rook to f8. What is we going to have here? How is a position like this? I think this absolutely must be completely fine also to play. We will have a knight endgame after rook d8. We will probably just go rook f5. And this is just fantastic. This is just fantastic. So I think with e6, her plan is just now not to go for any attack. She is just planning to go queen f5 to... And he has played. What did he play? I cannot see that he made a move, but he has played something. And what did he play? He played h5. He played h5. This is the move played in the game. He played h5. But I would just say, queen f5 is a very good move. And I think Anna will go for queen f5. He wants to have some attack, but queen f5 is a fantastic move, because now you don't have... The queen is not defended. You have to take here and look at these pawns. Or look at these pawns. These are tremendous pawns. This is just fantastic endgame to play. She can also pick up the h5 pawn, but it doesn't matter. This pawn will decide the game. So queen h5 is just a fantastic move to play, because she is 2 pawns up. She's making the pawn structure so much better, and there is no way that black can try some tricks, because we have a check here and we will just catch the queen. So queen f5 is really the move I would love to see here, because you're taking away any kind of tricks black can try to do. Absolutely. She can also go, because I don't really like the check so much, because if you try something like this, rook f5, rook f5, then actually you have queen e3 check here, and there are some tricks. No, we don't want this. This knight is so beautiful on f4, and and you don't want to take this. Actually, take on g4 is not really a big threat because we have h4. She could play something slow also, but queen f5 is just such a beautiful move. Queen f5 is just, we want to play the end games, take here and here. After we can put the pawn on e4, we have everything under control. We can play, I don't know, if you go something like that, we can put the knight here. And if you start attacking it, we just go e4. Can you see these enormous pawns? They are just tremendous. These are fantastic. This one is a pass pawn. This one is one, keeping the knight. And we have f5 pawn. So queen f5 is just a move which would give no chances at all to her opponent. She is just taking away the queens, and this is what we could see when Anna played yesterday the game against the grandmaster Platon Galperin, that when he had his material up, he just forced a queen exchange just to win it. And here Anna, she has pawns up, she has wonderful pawns, and these pawns will in some moment, if you just play the game in a nice and good way, they will be queen. So queen f5 is just the move I like best. You can give the check first. I would just say, and you can go here. We have a check here. We will move away. We should maybe go king g2. We can go rook f2 also, but king g2. And how is this here? Rook d8. It just feel this is still okay, but it's just not necessary to play at it. Why to open up the position? And here it came. She played this. She played this way a grandmaster would have played. Grandmaster would absolutely have gone queen f5. This is the right way to play. She played it. I don't know how her clock is. I don't know how much time she has, but she needs, this is not the right way. Sorry, I'm too quick. She played it here, and this is the right way to play it with the knight here on f4. So this is, always be careful with the checks. Especially when we don't have played so long, we always want to give checks, but sometimes it's good, like with the tension. When you see these two pieces staying against each other, keep the tension. And here, this is what Anna did. She let the tension be staying here. She didn't grab this h5 pawn. She didn't want to have a knight on the ring. She played queen f5, and now this is just, I would say, I cannot see any hope now at all for white in this, for black in this position. Queen h5, queen f5, because the only way to escape a queen exchange is to go away, all the way to go back home. But then we will have a quick mate like this, and there will be mate on h8. This is not anything you can do. So you cannot avoid the queen exchange. You will have to take on f5. You absolutely have to take on f5, and you cannot play like this because Anna will not just change the queen. She will just grab the queen with a fork. Yes, I will show it. We will just grab it like this. No, this is not possible. So we will see that her opponent will have to take an f5. Her opponent is thinking, seeing, can he do something else? Is there some way for him to try to save this game? And I cannot see that. I cannot see that he can save the game. Let's see if Anna, it could be that Anna has very little time. I have no idea about her time, but I really hoping that she has enough time, and also we know that even with little time we get half a minute per move, and then it's important to simplify, to take away the piece that can make most harm to Anna's king, and that's the queen. The queen with an open king can give lots of checks, and like this she's not only changing the queen, she is getting a better pawn structure. And you know, the pawns are the soul in the position. The pawns are strong when they stay together. Here Anna, she will improve her pawn structure. This e6 pawn will not be an isolated pawn. There will be a pawn chain here, which is very good. And this e6 pawn is just a fantastic pawn. And yeah, queen h6, you could absolutely, if you want to go here, but I don't, after g5 this queen is getting trapped. I would say after queen g7 we have the check here, and now there is a mate. So queen h6 would absolutely just help Anna to it will be a way for the king. She will actually, so this is the position. She will, what happened? Her opponent played queen d8, but then her opponent played queen d8, but now we have a mate here. There is mate in 3. I would say there is mate in 4. It's a forced mate here now. This is absolutely a forced mate, and it doesn't matter if Anna start with a knight or if Anna start with a queen, because the pawn is on h5. Why going up with the pawn? Black actually weakened the king side. So Anna has a forced mate here, and we can see, I think her opponent has seen that, but her opponent didn't want to play the endgame, and that is also the endgame, which was absolutely hopeless endgame. And also when you're young, playing endgames, So he's just, when you're young, this is actually the toughest part to play the endgame. And when you have been playing lots of years, this is something that you, in every time you get an endgame, you are training. So this is actually something which is good with the years, that you are having more endgames, and hopefully you're learning from your endgame. So here we have a forced mate with Anna. She can, it doesn't matter how she starts, but she, yes, and it's also when you calculate. And this is actually a very good rule, that you, when you calculate, you always start with the most forcing move. And the most forcing move is check. After checks, you calculate. If the checks doesn't work, but here they are working very, very fine, you then, they are working very fine, then you go for the capture. But here we can see that the checks works very fine. She can start with knight g6. She can also start with queen take h5, and it's going to be a mate, because it's going to be here, I don't know what. And then we have knight g6, and we have this queen h8. And here we see Anna is going to move. Which piece is it going to move first? She will absolutely move one of them. I cannot believe anything else. I think she will go knight to take g6, or will she take... No, she grabbed the pawn. Queen take h5, but it doesn't matter. She is taking a pawn. It's not the important. The main thing is that this pawn was a shield for the king. So now the black king is even weaker than before. King g8 was played. I am sure we will see knight g6. And this was also played. They are playing so quickly. They're going to be a mate on h8. There's only one move to stop it. It's queen h4, and instead her opponent stopped the clock. So Anna won the second game. She won a very, very nice game today. She has played very, very well. I would say she played, the best moves, and in a very, very beautiful way. She played this beautiful knight h4 after she put pressure. She put pressure with every move she did. And wow, so Anna will be with you at any moment. Just wait here if you can. Anna will be with you at any moment, and she will tell you about her thoughts, about everything felt to play in such early in the morning. And then Anna, later on today, she's going to play her second game. I believe it will be at 5 CET time, at 4 o'clock Icelandic time, but she will tell you for sure. And so, yeah, this has been a fantastic game to see today. Very nice for Anna to come back after she lost yesterday. But yesterday, Anna played against Galperin from Sweden, a grandmaster, rated number 8 in the tournament. Anna is rated number 106. She lost that game. Today, she played against another Swedish player, Arjan Banjuri, very, very young player, born 2011. And we can see that she catched the opponent's king. That's why her opponent decided to resign. And Anna is now on 1 point out of 2. She's on 1 point out of 2. And she will be here with you any moment. Just wait a little bit and she will be here with you. So yeah, so this was so lovely. Anna really played very well in this game. She played this putting pressure from all the time, and played all the time this very beautiful piece sacrifice. She got the piece back, but with a huge advantage. And she found a very nice maneuver that when it looked like Black's king was escaping, she was still putting pressure. And here we can see that she is mating her opponent. So, okay, so let's see. Oh. Yes, I have like, let's see, I need to do some things here. Oops. Let's see, we will wait a little bit here. I will need just to get here. So like this.
Right now?
Yeah. What is up? I am so happy. Yay! I think it was a good game. Like, I think it's a good game. I can't really think about like what I could have done differently. Although at one point, chat, at one point, I literally like didn't realize that I had like an extra like a piece down. Like I was like counting my pieces, and all of a sudden I was like, wait, where did my piece go? Like when I sacrificed the piece, I forgot that I had sacrificed it, and I started panicking. I was like, when I captured the knight, I started panicking. I was like, where did my piece go? Like I don't think I have ever been this tired for a chess game. It should be illegal to start chess at 9 a.m. Like I was so tired this morning. Like you probably saw it that I was just like yawning during the game. I was so tired. Because I slept like 3 hours, so I slept very, very little. So I was really tired, and I was, yeah, at one point I was just scared that I was just making like a huge mistake. But I think the game, was the game good, chat? Was the game good? And hello, YouTube chat as well. Hello, both Twitch chat and YouTube chat. Let me see what you guys are saying real quick. I had a brilliant, let's go. I had a brilliant way. That makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. Very good. Almost perfect. 97%. Wait, that makes me so happy. Yay. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's making me very happy. Yeah, I think I'm trying to look back to the game. I think that maybe, yeah, I think my opponent made maybe a mistake there, especially when, yeah, I don't know where he went completely wrong. I think bishop g4, bishop h5 was his mistake maybe, but I mean he was only like 13, so he was pretty young, and I was so happy when I saw this move, knight takes g6. Was knight takes g6 good, chat? Was it a good move, or was it, because I didn't know if I should go knight takes g6 or knight takes e4 in that position. I don't know if you remember it. Was knight takes g6 good? Yes, best move. Yay, that makes me really happy. I spent like 20 minutes trying to figure out if knight takes g6 was better than knight takes e4, but ultimately my calculation was that knight takes e4 is going to maybe be like plus 1.5 for me, or plus 1 because I'm winning a pawn, but I thought the knight takes g6 was just brutal, so I thought that was just the best move. That makes me so happy. Yay. So I don't even know what time it is right now. How long did I play for? Oh, it's 12. I only played for 3 hours. Chat, we're playing fast. I feel like also I played pretty fast today. Like I didn't have any time issues today, which was so like nice. Like I'm not used to playing chess without having to freak out and stress out. Every time I play chess, it's the most stressful thing because I always get so low on time. This time it was kind of chill. Like I got not that low, so it was actually pretty good. So yeah, we have another round today. The next round is starting at, I think 4 p.m. Iceland time, so in 4 hours. And in this time, chat, I'm gonna be filming a recap. I'm gonna get some food. I might even take like a little nap to get, you know, fully energized for the next game. But I'm happy. We're on 1 out of 2, and I'm actually pretty happy with both games. Also, I don't know if you saw that Hikaru analyzed my game from yesterday and posted a video about it, which I thought was really fun. But yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with both games. Like yesterday, I felt like I saw some good ideas, but I just miscalculated. Today, I think it was like a nice tactical game. So yeah, I'm really happy. I'm really happy with both games, I think. I'm also gonna call my mom because I haven't talked to her in so long, even though she's here. Like I haven't talked to her in so long. So mom, I know you're watching this right now. I'm gonna call you after this. Because I haven't talked to you in so long, because I've just been like playing chess. But yeah, anyways, I hope that everything went well. I hope that the stream went well and everything. And I think actually I'm gonna make it pretty short now, just so that I have time to film the recap and everything. But once again, everybody, I am posting recaps of every single round. So I have like the recap of last day of yesterday. I have it up. I can like barely speak. I have the recap from yesterday. That one is up on like my YouTube channel. I'm posting all the VODs on Anna Cramling Extra. And also, I filmed a recap for my Spanish channel, which is going to be going up very soon. So I'm filming, you know, for all channels. So if you follow any of those channels, you're going to be seeing recaps. If you want to see the analysis of this game a little bit more profoundly and see my reactions to the moves, then I'll be filming a recap of this game too. So sub to Anna Cramling Extra, sub to Anna Cramling, the YouTube channel, and yeah, that's it. And I mean, you can sub on Twitch too, but that's a different story. But anyways, let's post a few, like, you know, exclamation marks in chat so we can get people knowing exactly where to go. But Anna Cramling Extra for VODs, Anna Cramling for the recaps. So that's that. Guys, I went to sleep yesterday at 4 a.m. because we had some issues with, like, you know, getting the recap done, like everything. So I went to bed at 4 a.m. And can we actually, before I go, can we get a shout out to my producer? He slept 2.5 hours. He finished editing at 4 a.m. We posted the video. He was here at like 7 to set things up, like 7:30. So can we give a shout out to my producer as well? He's smiling right now. He literally slept 2.5 hours and we still have a round to go today. So I think he might get a nap too. Did you get a nap?
No, actually, I was just taking pictures.
You were just taking pictures, yeah. Chat, by the way, if you ever see me like taking off the glasses during a chess game, it's because I'm posing for a picture. I don't know if you realize, chat, but at some points, my producer came to take pictures of me, like for the thumbnails, and I took off my glasses, and it's because of that. So I sometimes do a few different poses, but shh, nobody knows. It's a secret, okay? It's a secret that nobody knows. Only you know. You are the only people that know that. Nobody else knows this. Literally nobody else. Oh, that one is... Okay, can I show it?
Yes.
Do we have anything? Wait, am I gonna leak something?
Wait, yeah, I'm gonna, like...
Put it in a...
Full screen.
Full screen, yeah.
Just a second.
Yep. We're gonna make sure we don't leak anything. Okay, there we go. Chat, look at this picture. That is a cool picture. Isn't that a cool picture? I think it is. Look at that. Look at the eyes. I was actually looking into my producer just so that we could get like a picture of this. Would you be scared if you saw this? If you were sitting in front of this person? Would you be intimidated, chat? Okay. Let me... Wait, how do I switch? Here. Oh, what was that pose? Okay. Alright. Well, that is the pose that I'm giving all my opponents so that they're intimidated. Anyways, chat, I think I'm going to play a strong player later. I'm probably playing like an IM or a GM or something. I don't even know, but I'll probably play like a 2300 plus. So I'm going to go get some food, film the recap, get a nap, and then we will be back around 3:50 p.m. Iceland time with the next round. So I wish that I could like talk to you guys before the games, but the day that it's not stressful before the game, I will talk to you, okay? The day it's not stressful before the game, I'll talk to you. Maybe that'll be today, we'll see. But I'm gonna go film, and once again, thank you so much for watching the stream. Thank you so much for watching the Twitch stream. Thank you so much for watching the YouTube stream. I'll be back in like 4 hours with the next one, and that's when we'll have round number 3. So, you know, take a nap, get some food, whatever, and be back in 4 hours because that's when the next stream is going to be live. So, okay. Thank you, chat, so much for watching once again. Thank you for your support. I'm so happy that you guys are following my tournament and supporting me. I can literally feel your support when I'm sitting by the table. And thank you so much to my mom as well for all the work she's putting in. And I'm just feeling very thankful right now. So I'm just really happy. Like, life is a million times better when you win a chess. Life is a million times better. Anyways, chat, let's raid somebody. Who should I raid? Who should I raid? What amazing person is live right now? Let's see. Who is live? See you in a few hours.
And Botas is live?
Botas is live. We raided him yesterday. Is there someone else?
Yeah, maybe. Oh, Anna Maya is live.
Anna Maya? I'll raid Anna Maya then. Just to, change it up a bit. People that are watching on YouTube, you will not get a raid, but thank you for watching on YouTube, and don't miss the recap later. Super happy that I'm live streaming on YouTube as well. Super fun. All right, big heart to everybody. Big shout out to everybody, and I'll see you in a few hours. Bye-bye, chat. Take care. Take care. See you soon. See you in a few hours for round 3. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.